Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. What's up? I'm uh I'm in the Christmas spirit. I'm going to do an open panel today. I'm going to do another one tomorrow, and then I'll do a Christmas Eve one. We'll wait for Santa together. We'll wait for baby Jesus to come out. And Christmas Day, I'll do an all-day stream. So if you don't have anything to do for the holidays, or you want to stop by and just spread the goodwill, this is the place to do it, and the week to do it. Hey, Bex, Plasma, happy Christmas. What's going on, people? I don't have any. It's just open panel the next few days. It's the holidays. No use trying to do a topic or anything else. Let's just party. Let's just celebrate solstice, the end of the year, the coming of Christ, the coming of Santa, and whatever else you celebrate this year. There's Kwanzaa, diversity. There's, what's the Jewish people? Hanukkah, light a menorah. Do the Muslims celebrate anything? I don't know. Festivus. I think that's a satanic holiday. So anyway, yeah, just celebrate. The point is celebrate. Celebrate yourselves, each other, society, the spirit of this time of year. That's it. That's all this is for. Just doing my little part. You know me, to bring peace and love and joy into people's lives. So let's see what's going on in the news. Meantime, ooh, they released the Matt Gaetz report. What is it? The lawmaker paid for sex, violated Florida's statutory rape law, and used illegal drugs. Wow. Gaetz, that sounds very naughty of you. I don't know if you're getting anything from Santa this year. Sounds like you've already had plenty. I'm not surprised. I mean, he did have a reputation. I was kind of familiar with it back in the day. Citing text messages, travel receipts, online payments, and testimony. The bipartisan committee. That means there's Republicans and Democrats on it. Paints a picture of a lifestyle in which Gaetz and others connected with younger women for drug-fueled parties, events, or trips with the expectation the women would be paid for their participation. Interesting. Well, I guess he's going to spin it whatever way he tries to spin it, and everybody else are going to do. It's one of those narrative making events. We're never going to really know. All right, let's see what else. Biden is pardoning, gives life in prison to 37 of the 40 federal death row inmates. Oh, so he took them off of death row, but they're still in prison for life. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. The person that set the subway woman on fire was an illegal migrant. It looks like he was nabbed at the border and deported a week later, but re-entered the country illegally at some point. So he was an actual illegal. Like he's not even supposed to be here. And it looks like he was staying at a homeless center, maybe. Oh my God. What's the answer? I don't know. This can't keep happening. This can't be the new normal. We were better than this at one point. Hey, Ricardo, what's up? Happy whatever Christmas time it is there. This is the Christmas Eve, the night before Christmas. It's just an excuse to hang out, do an open panel, celebrate, get in the holiday spirit. Um, Things are kind of slow this week. Oh, you know what? Let me take a look at your new avatar. Let's see here. Oh, okay, let me figure out what it is. Bart Simpson, is he sniffing weed? Is it a backpack full of weed or is it crabs or frogs? It's too small for me to tell. Let me see if I can blow it up. Looks like weed to me. And his eyes look kind of stoned. Is it from AI? Did you get the AI to make it? You know, Grok, if you're on Twitter, Grok is free now. And I've been playing around with Grok, but I can't really get it to do things I want it to do. Like I can't even get it to make pictures of me. Everything looks like Elon Musk. And it uses my little profile picture, which is the same avatar, the Liquid Terminator with shades picture. And it tries to turn it into a photo of me. And it looks like Elon Musk every time. How do I... You know what? I just realized. Oh, history. Here we go. Yeah, I'll show you what Grok thinks that I look like. Looks like. Look like? I don't know. Look. When I tell it to draw me, this is what it gives me. I don't know why. I didn't tell it to do this. I don't know why it took my shirt off. I always have some kind of computer in the background. Again, I don't know why. So, I don't know how impressed I am with Grok yet. It looks like AI. He probably told it to make a picture of Bart Simpson playing with weed. And then he said, "Here, Ricardo, I saw this and thought of you. It would make a good profile picture." We can play with Grok if you want. Let's see. Oh, and I asked it to do... Okay, listen, what else? I asked it to do a depiction of a Satanist based on my profile photo. And it gave me the same damn thing. Elon Musk. Or none of these look remotely like me. This is the picture I told it to use. And then look, here's the satanic part. It put candles and a robe with some symbols on it in the background. Ooh. Oh, and then I told it to to make it Cajun, and it put me. This is hilarious. Okay, here's satanic. All it did was put a pentagram again. Still Elon Musk. Oh, is that? It put Mardi Gras beads at least. Okay, it's not Cajun. More New Orleans. But then, look, it put me in a swamp, but I'm still with the computer, except in a bedroom, except also in a swamp. This one's nice. I wish I looked like that. And this is that game that I was playing on Steam. We were here, and somehow it maybe it pulled it off of one of my tweets, but somehow the name of the game made it into the swamp, which is now on the computer TV screen. This I'm not worried about AI. It doesn't seem to be able to think very deeply or complexly. Complex. Why can't I talk today? I don't know. So anyway, that's my adventures with Grok. Um, oh, did y'all hear about this? Let's see. It says Vietnam is the first major country to go full biometric transparency. The country, with a population of 100 million, will go full biometric transparency in 2025. That's like in a few weeks. It says now, like Kuwait, Vietnam will prohibit banking transactions with people who do not scan biometric data for the digital ID app. Online transactions on bank accounts in Vietnam will be stopped, and cash transfer and withdrawal from ATMs will be blocked from January 1st, 2025, unless the account holder registers their biometric data, fingerprints, and facial recognition in accordance with the regulations of the State Bank of Vietnam and Vietnamese law. Wow, I don't know if that's progress or dystopia. Don't know. Hey, Kitty, what's up? Is Benjamin streaming today? We're let's see. Oh, tomorrow he is. Leo Sapir. Leor? I thought his name was Leo. Oh, I've been calling him Leo this whole time. Leor Sapir on Gender Lawfare. It's going to be on tomorrow. On Benjamin Boyce, not on here. But looks like hey, Zintz. I don't have Babs to compete with today. So you'll have me all to myself. Or I have you all to myself. Either one. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you did. It's always good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. If I don't... Ooh, Lord. If I don't see you sometime before Christmas. I'm doing a stream tomorrow. I'm doing a Christmas Eve stream tomorrow evening. So there'll be 2 streams tomorrow. And an all-day Christmas stream. So that's my holiday plans. That's my gift to you. So, I don't know. What should we do today? This is holiday time. I don't have anything planned. I went through the news. I looked at tweets. I played with Grok a little bit. Maybe Grok could draw us a Christmas photo. Let's see. Can you draw us a fun Christmas photo based on the Outliers in Exile YouTube community? All right, let's see what it comes up with. It takes a while for it to draw. It does it very slowly, and then it gives it line by line. It's probably going to be me with shades on in front of a computer looking like Elon Musk, if I had to guess. Oh, Lord, this looks nothing. Actually, I don't know what most of you look like, but this looks very... Here, I'll show you. Very not my status group, and very not how I imagine most of you. Come on, this is not us. Those sweaters. No way. I do have my coffee though. Hello. Cheers. Again, no, not us. But this one might get close because look, they got antlers and it's a little more diverse. We got an Asian. She looks dark. I'm going to we got to see, this is my problem with Grok. It doesn't really give me anything close to what I asked for. We're all autistic and neurodivergent males. Can you update the photo? Okay, we'll see what it gives us. That was not, I was getting anxiety looking at those photos. It looked more like a workplace, the ones I keep getting fired from. Okay. Oh my God. Okay. Its idea of neurodivergent males are groups of guys, mostly Asian, with glasses. Let's take a look. Now it looks like a Microsoft workplace. See, it's very super. It's the glasses make it autistic. Ooh, they're pondering philosophy. Ooh, we got diversity at least. In fact, I don't see any white people. See, it makes every. This looks like Elon. It puts Elon in everywhere it can. It makes sure there's something that looks like Elon. This is probably closer to us, but you know what? Lose the sweaters. Lose the sweaters. We're all rebels, misfits, and lost boys from the dirt. Would you really? Oh God. Okay. Well, if I get one, I'll pass it on to you, because I would never. Um, Maybe not even for an ugly sweater party. Okay, I think it's no. It's not even getting close. I think it has some kind of bias, some kind of class bias. Well, this one's kind of close because at least it looks like they're eating something from McDonald's with 7 or 8 fingers a piece. He has denim at least, denim jeans, sweatshirts. That's a Christmas gift. I bet it's a box of fries. So this is their idea of like dressed down middle class. Nice jackets with nice plaid shirts, nice haircuts, mostly white. So this is like the classed down version of, and again we have our autistic Asians. Ooh, wait, cybernetic enhancements. Let's do that. Ooh, and a neon lit forest. Shit. You can only choose one option. Well, let's see how they enhance this. My God, no, I'm not impressed with Grok. I'm just gonna show one. It's not worth. But these are our enhancements, folks. We're all ready for Vietnam with their biometric system. And it put a little bit of tinsel, garland, whatever that is. It's just generic. I don't. It's thanks. Yeah, I think it is a little too clean cut. I tried to get it to muss us up a bit, and it put us in plaid. It's is this big tech? Like this is it's the big tech staff is the norm for everything. I don't know. I guess that's the data that it got fed. All right, this is the closest to outliers that I think we're gonna get. We just have to pretend that we're all Asian. See, this looks more outlying-ish. Ooh, I love the fashion. I could do it out of the robot arm, but I'll take the jackets. I'll take the t-shirts. I'll take the eyeballs. No, not at all. And I'll pass on that too. All right. That's our fun with Grok for the day. Oh, let's see which one with the red sweater. Oh, the one at the bottom. Ooh, wait. It gives you little options after you generate. It gives you two options to choose, and this one says with bioluminescent plants. That sounds exciting. It's the same little Children of the Corn looking Asian people, except with plants in a field of plants. Here, I'll show you one. There you go. See? Outliers in exile. Oh well. Okay, I don't have anything else fun to do really, unless you know what, maybe we can go make the rounds and drop in on other people's streams. Ooh, nobody's streaming. Hmm. I'm the only one out right now. At least on my list. There might be some drama streams going. I don't have them on my list. But that might be where the audience is. Whew, I don't miss those. He who walks behind the rose. Is that from the Bette Midler song? Or something else, like from a TV show? What's the rose? I started watching that Madness series, The Madness. Oh my god, it's almost painful. Oh, I've never seen Children of the Corn actually. I think I've taught a few Children of the Corn, but I haven't seen their movie. Um, I can't tell if it's woke or if it's satirizing wokeness, but it's about a black guy who stumbles onto a murder, and there's this white nationalist group that are kind of, we think, out to get him. And so there's all this paranoia of every white person he meets, are they a white supremacist or not? Can I trust this white person, or are they part of this white nationalist organization? And it's like, is this how black people see the world? Like people that absorb the wokeness and buy into that narrative, that mythology, is that the world they live in, this really paranoid world of you're not sure which white people you can trust? Like, is the entire United States some little sundown town in Texas now? Is that the mentality that black people are walking around with? Or is the movie satirizing that mentality? I can't tell. One thing I do like about it though is it's very much a show of today, because it's like people's online lives start to spill over into reality. So there's like a YouTube lady that has a podcast, and what people tweet and like look for online, and some of the narratives we see on social media are played out in person. Like there's this Antifa compound where they're organizing Antifa to fight the white nationalist. But this is all like online narratives that are playing out in real life. So it's like if online suddenly spilled over into real life, and then people started making a movie about it. So the things that they encounter are not things that you encounter in the real world. They're things you would encounter if you spent a lot of time on the internet. Oh yeah, Z, no problem. Take care. I don't know how long I'll be out. I'll keep it going for, wow, I've already gone half an hour. I'll go for another half hour or so and see if we get a panel. If not, I'm okay taking the day off and trying again tomorrow. I think it's because or I'm assuming it's the holiday season, and oh my God, I lost like 10 subs. I dropped to 791. I was breaking at 800. I assumed it's the holiday season and people are busy doing other stuff and maybe spending less time on YouTube. Like hardly anyone's even streaming right now. So that's another good sign. Let me see if there's... I don't know. I didn't really come with any content. I came prepared to do a panel, which is what I like doing the most anyway. But if there's nobody around, I guess that's not going to happen. Maybe I could play with AI. You know what? I'll try Grok. See if Grok can give me a topic. Can you give me... Give me a few for my Christmas Eve stream today. Here are a few engaging topics you could discuss. Holiday traditions around the world. Oh, there's a Christmas Eve meme from Friends? I didn't know that. Okay, let's look that up. Happy Christmas Eve, how Phoebe from Friends made the day famous. I had no idea about this. During a Christmas episode in season 2, Phoebe first drops the phrase Happy Christmas Eve. And since then, many see December 23rd as a holiday unto itself. See memes. Okay. So it was a meme that got extracted from Friend, like a Friend. It's a line of dialogue from a Friend episode that became a meme and took on a life of its own. And now, what, 20 years later? 30? 20? How many years later? 94? 30 years later? Yikes. It's still a meme. Okay, well, Merry Christmas Eve. See, I learned something from Grok. Hey, Dagmar. What's up? Oh, good. You're body doubling. That's fine. I like to know that people are out there body doubling. It makes me feel productive. If I can't do a panel, I could at least make somebody's activities a little easier. Last minute Christmas preparations. Discuss what people are typically doing on Christmas Eve. Last minute shopping, wrapping gifts, preparing holiday meals. You could share tips or funny stories about holiday prep mishaps. Well, I don't do holiday prep, so I don't have any mishaps. If people let me into their kitchens to actually help with the prep, I'd probably have plenty of mishaps. But because they're wise enough not to, and I'm wise enough to tell them not to, I've avoided holiday prep mishaps. There was a time when, hey, Arpo, what have you been up to? There was a time when, this is an embarrassing story. It doesn't involve holiday prep, but it involves a holiday meal. Mike and I met Labor Day weekend in person. We were talking online before that, but we met Labor Day weekend of 2000. And then I moved to Vegas shortly after. So by Christmas of 2000, Mike and I were living together and we were doing our first holiday Christmas. And Mike loved to cook. He loved to entertain. His idol was Martha Stewart. He grew up, you remember Mike was deaf, and he had a cochlear implant, and he relied on captions and subtitles. And he grew up watching Martha Stewart because that was one of the few television shows at the time that had captions. And so he became a regular Martha Stewart viewer and a huge Martha Stewart fan. And he loved to homemake, housekeep, entertain, all that stuff. And so he put together this wonderful Christmas dinner. And my job while he cooked was to entertain the guests that we invite over every year. And usually that involved alcohol. And we had one guest that came over, and he had this recipe for something called London fog. And it's something you make on the stove. And I don't remember what was in it, but it actually creates, let me see if I can find the recipe. You put a pot of something on the stove and you pour a bunch of alcohol, types of alcohol into it, and there's something you do to it where it makes steam or smoke or mist, and that's the fog part. And so we got this London fog going. It was really good, actually. And we were drinking on that. They're saying it's an Earl Grey tea. But that was definitely not tea that I drank. So we were sipping on the London fog and probably all kind of other alcohol and liqueurs. So by the time the meal was ready, which was late in the afternoon, as they usually are during the holidays, for some reason, like holidays, the meals are always later. They're always like 2 or 3 in the afternoon. They're never at lunchtime. And Mike set up the table, and we all sat around ready to eat. I'm sure there was a turkey or a ham or something. I remember mashed potatoes, stuffing, green bean, all that kind of stuff. And we made a plate, and all the guests sat around the table. I was at the head of one head of the table. He was at the other head of the table. And we had our guests lined up on the sides. And we're starting to eat. And I guess I was a lot toastier than I thought I was. My face does this right into my plate of food, and I just passed out. I remember him, I was so embarrassed. I remember him dragging me upstairs to my room. I remember him with a warm towel wiping shit off of my face and helping me get my shirt off and like get dressed and helping me put me in bed. And then he had to go downstairs and carry the rest of the... And Mike was an introvert. I was the extrovert. He was the introvert. So he relied on me to do all the socializing and entertaining, and he did like all the quiet behind the scenes stuff. And that was an embarrassing day for me, and it was our first Christmas together. I rarely ever get that drunk because I told my drunk stories the other day on one of the streams. But other than the first 4 or 5 times when I first started drinking and I didn't know how to pace my alcohol, after that I learned how to drink properly. And so I rarely ever have drunk incidents like that. And I think it was that London fog. I think whatever was in it just snuck up on me, and by the time we sat down for dinner, I was out. I didn't even finish my plate. I don't even think I took a bite. Like my head went right for that pillow of mashed potatoes. My face, the minute we sat down for dinner, it was like 5 minutes after sitting down. Very, very embarrassing. So it's not a Christmas prep story, but it is a Christmas meal story. So the recipes I'm looking for, I'm seeing involve either Earl Grey tea or with frothed milk. So they're saying that's where the fog comes from. But the thing we had was made on the stove. You know how, like growing up, my stepdad had this recipe where he would put like spices and like whole cloves and stuff. He would boil a pot, get a little pot of water going, and they would put all these spices and cloves in it, and it would make this potpourri that would scent the room. And that's all it was for. It was just to scent the room with this holiday Christmas smell. So it was kind of like that. It was like a boiling water, a pot of boiling something on the stove. And I remember the guy added all these different alcohols to it, and it started making this steam, this mist. And we would, like, there was a ladle, and we would ladle it into our cups. And he called it London fog. Um, yeah, usually I can. I'm pretty good at pacing myself because I don't like the feeling of being drunk. I hate back when I used to drink. I haven't drank in like decades, but back when I used to drink, I liked a nice little buzz. I didn't like a heavy buzz. I didn't like I didn't like drunk. I didn't like to be I like to be like giggly and fun and kind of lubricated. I didn't like to be disoriented. I didn't like the room to swim or my head to spin, that kind of stuff. So I was always able to drink at a certain pace to keep just the kind of buzz that I wanted. But usually I was drinking alcohol that I had experience with. So I knew what to, like beer, wine. I was not really a hard liquor drinker, although I did get really into martinis at one time. And I became a martini connoisseur. Very dirty. I love the olive juice. But when it's like strange drinks that I don't know what I'm drinking and I don't know how to judge how much alcohol is in it, that's when I get drunk. And like I remember in Vegas, one of the popular things to do at the parties was to mix Red Bull with the alcohol. So like somebody would show up with a thing of vodka or whiskey or whatever, and another person would show up with a case of Red Bull. And throughout the night it would get mixed. And I remember that being a very specific kind of buzz that was different from the ordinary alcohol buzz. Plus, I mean, Vegas was a party town. This was a bunch of gays. We did a lot of partying. There was like a little network of us, and we each had homes that we would take turns entertaining at. And there were pills, like what pain kills we used to call them, Xanax, stuff like that, that we would mix with the alcohol. And people would just hand you pills and say, here, this is a Soma, or this is a Xanax. And you take it and it would, I never liked mixing the pills with the alcohol at all. And I don't recommend people do that. All it did was make me go to sleep. That's the thing that's what drinking does to me. If I go over my buzz level, I get really sleepy and then it's not fun anymore because all I do is sleep. I am notorious for falling asleep at parties. People have so many stories and so many pictures of me falling asleep under the table, on the couch, in the recliner, in the guest room. Like I'm if I don't pace my alcohol, I'm usually out very early. So if the party starts at 8, I'll be out by 10 o'clock, and everybody else is still partying till 2 in the morning. I'm notorious for being that person that's just constantly falling asleep at parties because that's what alcohol does to me. I'm a sleepy drunk. Vegas was fun. I was in my early 30s at the time. But as an adult, I do not miss it. I do not miss drinking. I don't miss alcohol. I don't miss getting drunk. I don't miss partying. My roommates have game night once a week. And they have like Dungeon Dragons games or whatever role playing game they have going. And they'll come over with, it's like frat house. They come over with the 12 pack or the popular thing now is like those canned, they're like beer or wine coolers, but they're in a can. I don't know what they're called. They come over with those. And it gets loud and raucous and drunk, and I'm like, oh my God. But they were at the age I was when I was doing it. So I guess it's a rite of passage for that age demographic. But I'll hear it from my room, and I'll be like, oh my God, I do not miss. I'm glad they're having fun. I would not want to go back in time and relive those days at all. I'm glad I had them, and I'm glad they're over. So that's my Christmas drinking stories, I guess. Let's see what else Grok has for us. Interactive Christmas trivia. Host a trivia game about Christmas facts, history, or pop culture. We could do that. Let's see. You know what? Let me just get Grok to give me some trivia questions. Can you give me some Christmas trivia questions? Oh, it gives me the answers too. All right, well, I guess it's for y'all then. What traditional Christmas plant is known for being poisonous if ingested? And I'll give you a hint. It's different than the plant I would have named. And apparently, there is more than one poisonous Christmas plant. Yeah. Okay. The one I would have named is also poisonous. In fact, it looks like every Christmas plant I can think of is poisonous. Any guesses? Going once. Going twice. Better get those little fingers to typing. Okay, well, the answer that Grok has, which I did not know, is the holly. The holly plant. But the poinsettia I knew was poisonous because they would tell us not to eat it as kids. Like that, don't eat this, it's poisonous. But the other one that I was going to say was the mistletoe. And I was just guessing, but it turns out mistletoe is also on the poisonous list. So don't eat the mistletoe, don't eat the holly, and please don't eat the poinsettias. Let's see. Which country started the tradition of putting up a Christmas tree? I knew this one. I don't know how I knew, but somewhere in the back of my brain, I knew this one. Yeah, I guess that's good advice. Just don't eat the plants in general. Although I used to chew on we used to get live Christmas trees, and oh, I got a Christmas tree story. Oh, Dagmar, you should get this one. It's Germany. Germany started the tradition of the Christmas tree. I like to chew on the pine needles from the live Christmas trees. And one thing I used to do, and I think I learned this from Boy Scouts or my Boy Scout book, was I would make pine needle tea. And you could harvest fresh pine needles, like the green pine needles, right off the tree. And you could boil water and then steep the pine needles in it. It would make this real piney. You'd add honey to it. It was really good. In fact, I would probably drink some today. So I used to do pine needle tea. But we always got like half a Christmas tree. We got a table sized tree because we always we had this round wooden table, and my mom would put a Christmas tree skirt over the table, and then we would put our Christmas tree on top of this table so that we could put the presents underneath the table. And so we never had a floor to ceiling tree. We always had a table with a live half of a tree or a small tree on top of this table. And then we would decorate it and everything. And one year we had a cat. And yes, the cat did jump up on that table and start playing with the ornaments of the tree and pulled that tree completely off the table onto the floor. And my mom got so irritated, she threw it out by the road. And she said, that's it, the Christmas tree for the year. I'm not getting another tree. We're just gonna do without a Christmas tree this year because of that cat. So for that one year, because of that cat, we did not have our Christmas tree by Christmas Day. So she had, we had a little ceramic tree that you put the little lighted up pegs in. And we put that on the table. We put the presents under that. But let me tell you what else I had growing up. Oh my God, I gotta find a video. We probably still have it somewhere in storage. We had, get ready for this, we had an aluminum Christmas tree. So we had our main Christmas tree on the table in the main corner of the living room, and in the other corner of the living room, kind of where nobody looked and not a lot of traffic was, we would put up the aluminum tree. And if you've never seen an aluminum tree, it's these silver poles with these silver tinsel branches, and you put the poles together and they make a tree. And then you have this spinning colored wheel with 4 sections: blue, green, red, and orange. And it attaches to this motor, and there's a light shining behind the plastic lenses. And when you turn the motor on, the light colors shine on the aluminum tree, and it changes those silver branches from one color to the other as this wheel spins. I'm going to try to find a video of it. Let's see. There's, come on, y'all. There's got to be. Why are videos of aluminum Christmas trees so hard to find? And I love that. And we would put blue lights on it. So it was a silver tree, and it was the big outdoor lights. Because remember, like when you we didn't do a lot of outdoor decorating, although I always wished we did, because we loved going riding around looking at other people's lights. But they had the big glass bulbs, like the big giant bulbs that you use for the outside, and we had a string of blue outdoor lights. And for some reason, that's what we would put on the aluminum tree, which sounds kind of dangerous now that I think about it. All right, I think I found a gay that has one. Looks like he's setting one up. Oh, hang on, let me get past the ads. Wow, theirs is nice. Yeah, I was right. I don't know if I can steal his content or not. Oh my God, he's actually putting it together. Okay, I don't understand. He put it up and he turned on the light, but he doesn't let us see the tree change colors. I don't understand him. I never did understand gays. I'm determined to find one of these damn trees. Can we see one with the lights? Okay, I found a lady that has one. Here we go. Here, I'll go on mute just in case. Let's watch the aluminum Christmas tree. Yep, that's exactly what it was. And all we did, we had some blue ornaments, some blue balls, and some blue lights, and that's all we put on it. And then we hooked up the little spinning wheel thing. Man, she's really decorating this one. Good for her. I love my favorite types of trees are the old-fashioned trees where you just throw every kind of ornament you could find on. It's not themed. And colored lights, always colored lights. I do not like white lights. I feel cheated when I don't have the colors to look at. All right, let's see her do this. Uh-oh, she... Let's see. Well, yeah, that's kind of what it did. I was hoping they would... And that wheel would just spin, and it would gradually just keep changing colors all night long. It was hypnotic. I was hoping we could see the wheel. It's at the base of the tree. Oh, hers is different. It doesn't have the same type of wheel. Man, I'm getting into the Christmas spirit just watching these videos. This is cool. Man, this family's operating it from their remote control. I mean, from their phone. All right, I think I found another one that has the wheel. Either they're getting a bike for Christmas or they keep their bikes in the house. See, it's this oh, you can't really see the wheel well. But as the different colors pass in front, yeah, see, it's the four party colored wheel. And as the different colors pass in front of the light, that's where how you get the changing colors on the tree. Beautiful. And see, they have their old-fashioned tree, but it looks like a fiber optic, actually. I love fiber optic trees. It's actually, it said, one of the videos said it was popular in the 50s and 60s in the United States and even Canada, it said. Let's find some more. These questions are really easy. Wait, what? Oh. Which country is credited with popularizing the modern day Santa Claus? Based on St. Nicholas. I didn't know this one. Ooh, this next one's interesting. Anybody know the country that Santa Claus originally came from? Or got popularized in? I guess Santa Claus is a meme. He went viral. He started in this country and went viral. His name was Sinterklaas. 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 Which is Dutch. It was the Netherlands. And then here's what I didn't know. This is very interesting. Talk about capitalism. What was the original color of Santa's suit before it became red? I didn't know he had anything but a red and white suit. Originally, yes, you're right. It's actually green, purple, and blue. It came in various colors. Does anybody know why it's red? Oh, wow. It became red in the 1930s as part of a marketing campaign. Can you guess the company? Coca-Cola. Yes, yes, absolutely. Coca-Cola made it red to go with their branding. And he's been red and white ever since. The power of marketing and capitalism. All right, let me see some other grok activities. Holiday music. Discuss or even play some of the best Christmas songs or albums. You could ask viewers to share their favorite holiday tunes. I used to love to Christmas Carol. Christmas was one of my favorite times of the year because we could play all the Christmas records. I mean, I could play them anytime, but I I only played them at Christmas. I loved all the Christmas songs, and I remember from church we would get the little hymn books, and they had all kind of Christmas songs in there. And I would come home and I would plunk the tune out on my little piano, and I would sing the different Christmas carols. And one time in my little village, we had some carolers that stopped by the house, and my mom asked them if they were riding in like a hay wagon, like in the back. They were like in a truck with a big wagon attached with bales of hay on it. And she asked them that if they could take me with them, if I could go with them. And I got all excited and I got dressed up and I went out with them and sat in the bales of hay, and we stopped at each one of the houses and we sang carols, and when it was over we went back to the church and they had hot chocolate waiting for us. It was so much fun. Is that a trivia question? 100,000,000 at least. Hey Busker,
How's it
happy
going?
Merry Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it's the day after tomorrow, isn't it? Christmas
Christmas, yeah, Christmas
Day.
is.
Yeah.
Christmas Eve is tomorrow.
Sorry, I got a call phone.
What are you doing for Christmas?
I probably nothing at all.
Oh, well, I'm
It's,
doing an all day stream. You can come hang out here if you want.
yeah, I figure that's somebody's going to be doing something on panels, so I figure why not. I think it was like that last year too. So
Here's that. He has
Hey,
the
Jack.
lights already.
so
No,
You have an aluminum Christmas tree blind, it looks like.
I just changed the color because I needed some light in here. So
Oh,
I made it bright. Usually I have it flashing or red or some shit. But
well, Merry Christmas or Happy
oh,
Holiday
Merry
or
Christmas.
Happy Festivus, whatever you celebrate.
So did you come to that stream of mine the other day? Was that really you or someone named you?
Um, it was probably me. What stream? What did I
The
say?
one, the one, I don't know, but it was a crazy fucking. I did it for like 3.5 hours or something, and it was crazy. But first of all, there was someone on my panel who I didn't really know, and then all of my friends came up on and attacked her, calling her a murderer.
What? Who
Yeah,
was it?
her name's Miss Mandy, but I don't know much about her. I know that she
Never
goes
heard
on.
of her.
Well, she goes on Silver Diamonds panel, and I thought she was
Oh,
cool. And then they all came up and they're like, "You're a fucking murderer," and they were showing all this proof, like on how she got her boyfriend to somehow die or whatever. I don't know. It's crazy. And then after that, Pink Boberto came up and started attacking Silver Diamond, and that was fucking nuts. It was a crazy stream, man.
doesn't he do that to everybody? Or
Yeah,
she,
but I
he,
mean,
whoever?
just to have all of that in one stream was just nuts. I mean, it was like a fucking roller coaster.
It sounds like I don't even let Berto on my panel. That
Oh, I
solves
know
that
that.
problem.
I know that, but I do because it's funny to me. You know, I put him in the basement. He says some
Oh.
shit. I put him in the basement. Then I let the other people like make their rebuttal, and then I bring him back up, and and he just sits there for the whole thing. He just lets me do it. You know.
Yeah, I think he's used to it because everybody does it with him. You
Yeah.
always
Oh yeah.
have to.
Yeah. You have to.
What? Yeah, I don't remember that stream. Like, I don't remember that part of the stream. But I do stop by your streams every now and then when I see you live.
I know. I see you, and I appreciate it. I just you should watch the beginning of it because it was intense. I was dumbfounded. I just got silent because I didn't know what to say. It was fucking crazy.
Is it the most recent one, open panel,
Yep, that one.
22
Yep.
hours ago?
Yeah, when you see Tonic the Fox appear,
Oh my God, I don't. Ugh.
when you see him appear, that's when it gets crazy. We were just
Yeah,
talking
because he's a troll.
well, yeah, but he's a good one and he knows what he's
I don't
talking
think he's
about.
I don't think he's a great one at all.
I think he knows what he's talking about though. Because everybody else was agreeing with him, like
Well,
they all came, but people
when he trolls me, he doesn't know what he's talking about at all.
no, probably not.
Trolling he's done on this panel, he hasn't. He's quite the idiot. Don, well,
I just
send
got
us a picture, not less.
Oh, yeah, Don. That's what I said to my cousin last Christmas.
Isn't it Don? Don me now? Or
No, Don. Yeah, Don, my gay bro. But I went to my cousin's house for last Christmas, and I looked at him and I said, "Oh, I see you're wearing your gay apparel."
I got my beads.
He got mad. He got mad. What are those Jerry beads?
Just Mardi Gras beads,
Mardi Gras.
red and green. Are you doing anything for Christmas?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat 400 milligrams and then go to my aunt's house for dinner. And there's gonna be relatives that I don't really know there, including some woman who's like my age. That's the daughter of one of the relatives. So I don't know. I've never met her. So we'll see what all that's like.
What? 400 milligrams of what did you say?
Oh, gummies.
Oh yeah, there you go, dude. Yeah, you can kind of just zone it out.
Yeah, man. I'll be nice. I won't talk about politics or nothing. I'll just be
That's
cool.
right. Yeah, you can just and you don't. That's the good thing about lots of strains of weed, and yeah, for sure.
I'll just I'll be just chilling, watching everybody and listening to what they're saying,
And laughing in your head, probably.
Well, I don't mock them or anything. It's just like
No,
they're to be honest, they're fucking boring. To be honest, I mean the shit they talk about. And
yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You'd be laughing in your head about how boring they are, I guess.
It's not funny. It's boring.
Are you going to be the only one high?
Oh yeah, totally. None of them. Well, no, I can't say that because the husband of the woman who's coming with her daughter, he gets high, but he didn't. I offered him a hit like off my vape, and he didn't want to take it last time. So I don't know.
Wait, you have a vape and you're taking gummies?
No. I had a vape.
Oh, okay.
That was last Christmas or whatever, and I met the husband and the wife, but I never met the daughter.
A vape with gummies. I've never tried that before. I've tried this flower with gummies, and that's it's good. But
well, here's the thing, man. They had 10 milligram gummies, and that way I only would have had to eat like 40 of them or something. But like now they gave me the 5 milligram ones again, so I have to eat 80 of them to equal. Yeah, I have to eat 80 gummies to equal 400 milligrams.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude!
And they smell like fucking. They're grape flavored, and they don't taste too bad, but they smell like a urinal cake.
Oh no! Oh shit! Yeah, some of those gummies are a little off. I don't know.
It's gonna be a chore, man. I know in Maine they have like 1,500 milligram chocolate bars, so you only have to eat like a couple pieces of chocolate to get 400 milligrams, maybe even like one portion of the bar or something,
Yeah.
But you can't get that where I live, and so I have to do what I have to do, which is fucking shove them down my throat.
I think 10 milligrams is plenty for me.
Really? Come on, man.
I think
that's like
for me
gummy.
now it's like 500 does me good, but like you do have to eat a lot of gummies. Back in the day, we had like gummies that were 250 a piece, like 250 milligrams a piece.
Yeah, that's what I need.
And that they took them away, and now they're either 5 or 10 or 15 if you're lucky,
Yeah,
maybe
and
20.
they let you buy 5 bags at the same time per day. So
Mm.
like you can only get 500 milligrams a day, and then if you went back the next day, you could buy 500 more, but they limit it.
Oh, that's the limit. Is that for? Do you get medical or you got like
I
recreation?
I had medical, but I stopped doing it because recreational near me in a state near me is way cheaper than it is in my state,
Yeah,
and there's no point in having a medical card because you don't get anything better. You know, you get the same shit everybody else gets. You just get more of it. So
yeah.
what's
In
the point?
Maryland, for me, I could, if I had the money, I could spend thousands of dollars. No shit. I guess that's Maryland. I don't know.
Well, I remember when I first bought edibles, I bought 100 milligram bag, and I took a couple and I didn't feel anything, and then I took a couple more and I didn't feel anything, and that's because even if I had eaten the whole bag, I probably would have felt funny for a half hour, and that would be it. You know,
Yeah.
like it doesn't do shit to me anyway. But I mean,
Is your tolerance sky high?
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. Totally. Jeff, I didn't go for those strains I was talking to you about, but I found this one called banana. What the fuck is it? Banana.
Banana hammock.
No, it's a completely different one. It's banana bubbles. Banana bubbles. This
Mm.
shit's like 35.89% THC, and the terps are almost 3%. And the things that really make this stand out is that the most powerful terps are the limonene and the caryophyllene. Very, very uppity, and you feel good. Like I
So
just,
what is it? Sativa like that?
it's like kind of like it's a 50-50 hybrid, but you can't really tell because when they breed all these, you can't tell. You can,
Yeah.
I guess they basically, I think, rate them. They'll call it something if they've got it, the sativa in it, but it might feel like indica or vice versa. So it's just like, yeah, you gotta take it with whatever they give you. But
Mm.
sometimes you can pick out the good ones. Just if you get the higher THC ones, usually I find that they taste different. So I'm guessing they bred it with something else. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know,
Well, like I go to another state and I'm like I'm like, hey, what's the strongest ounce of indica that you have? And they tell me, and whatever it is, I'm like, okay, I'll take that. You know,
yeah, there you go.
I don't give a shit what it is as long as it's like somewhere in the 30% range. That's fine. You know.
Yeah, dude, I don't think I've ever had a plus 30 indica. I've had the hybrids, but never had a indica leaner
Mhm.
because that shit'll put me way out.
I'm yawning as I say that it doesn't make me tired, but I also had a little wine, so.
Yeah, I could use some wine, but I got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, what? You'll be all right tomorrow. You don't have to drink the whole bottle.
Uh, that's the problem. Usually that's how it goes if I get booze.
Hey, in the back, can you flash your cam real quick so I can see that it's you?
Yeah, banana bubbles, man. This shit's good.
All right, cool. Welcome, Ricardo.
Hey, it's me,
Oh,
man.
Ricardo, what's up? He was at my shit the
You're
other
right.
night.
Oh, that same
Stop
stream.
getting on this conversation. I like the way it's
Oh,
going.
your mic is doing that thing.
We can't hear you.
It's roboting.
Oh, is it bad? Oh,
Yeah.
no. Hang on. I'll go into settings. I might be able to.
We're getting like every
Other
second or
syllable.
third word.
Hey, there he is, the king.
All right, I'll come in on my phone.
Huh?
unboxing. I just really appreciate my that's my day on
I can't
my
hear any. I don't know
avatar.
what you're saying.
Ricardo, you're breaking up so bad we
Yeah.
can't understand a word.
I don't know if it's your connection or your mic. African, what do you do? Do y'all have Christmas where you are? You look like you're ready for it.
He unbraided his hair.
I'm waiting for the Christmas man. Yeah.
Oh, the Christmas fairy, Christmas
Oh,
elf.
He
How's it going?
unbraided his hair for Christmas.
Hey man, I'm always Christmas. Every day is Christmas. What you want? That's the way it is, isn't it? You just have to like pinnacle it to a point where you have to do it. Go to your family, get together, have some shit.
You don't like that?
I used to love it. I mean, I miss it. I would say I had a good time with that. Bringing people together, having a good meal. Where's everyone going?
Who dropped off there?
Oh, those
Some people are missing for a second. I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
Anywho, what? I just missed it.
What the fuck are you guys talking about before I jumped in there?
weed.
Yep.
Weed.
Christmas weed.
Edibles. How do you get edibles over in Africa?
Edibles in Africa? What do you mean? What?
Well, you smoke marijuana, right? So don't you have edible marijuana treats over in Africa?
I think he's in the UK.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay. Are you from Africa though?
yeah.
Can't you tell?
Well, yeah, he's got the accent that I can never place, which is somewhere between British and Australian, and that's the South African accent.
I'm a colonialist. That's what I love to say. Fuck it. Just do it. Just say it. You know, I'm the colonialist because I went out as a baby in a plane, and then there were babies in ships, or mothers in ships, or women in ships, and then they colonialized them fucking places. That's how you used to do it, the simple times. I'm sure they
I read a book about these sailors that got stranded in North Africa, and they got picked up by tribesmen, and they were tortured and fed camel's milk.
Death of the sea, of the desert, and of the ocean is incomparable to life that we have. You cannot foundationally say, "Oh, what those are gone." We are here. The remembrance of us is for the future, and we should seek that future together. And that's why the Western Foundation is the best, because it always, looked after the worst in society.
Nobody can agree on what future we're seeking.
Well, but hang on. It's the future we seek. Okay, right now, if that's a discussion, it's because the discussion of our foundation isn't being questioned anymore for what it is. Are we seeking that capital, like you say, with the billionaires, the dude that shot the dude, and Bill Gates, and all those people? It's some praise him and then go, "Oh, I don't like Elon Musk." They're both billionaires. Yeah, this billionaire bad, that billionaire good. That's fucking like, what the fuck's your problem, you fucking retard? Slap him silly. But they truly believe that.
I saw a video where somebody thinks Elon's taking the reins while Trump is kind of like, I don't know if they're over analyzing or what, but supposedly he made some call that he probably shouldn't have because he's not that.
Do you see this book in front of you that I've got? It's a Christmas present.
Oh, let's see.
The
Barron Trump collection.
Oh, shit.
It's
Travels and Adventures of who?
Look.
Little Baron Trump and his wonderful dog Bulger.
Oh my God.
Marvelous Underground Journey, The Last President. Is this a modern book?
Dude, this is for real. This is crazy. I thought this was a nut job when I first found it. A mate got it for me for my present this year. That's why I have it. And I started reading it. It's crazy.
Didn't they wrote a book about Barron Trump like a long time before
it's
Trump
not
was
about Barron Trump at all. It's just no, it adds up. It's crazy.
It's just a whole fictional
And
story.
it ain't a joke. This
But
it was written back then in the
Oh
90s.
wow, it is it's a
Real,
children's novel written in
yeah,
1889 and
yeah,
1893.
it's amazing. And you read it today, and you go, "Oh wow, oh whoa, this sounds stupid."
haha. That-
What do you have any Christmas traditions that you're doing?
To me,
Uh, yeah, or anybody.
no. I mean, I'd say like make a dinner, feed people, sit down, you know, that sort of thing. That's Christmas to me. Christmas, I mean, it's the end of Yuletide, isn't it? It really means that like we're coming. You know, what was just before Christmas? It's the winter solstice, right?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it's the darkest point. It's the like most to the spring. So it's almost like that. Oh, we have enough. Let's make it better before we've got to go through the worst of it now. But we've got to remember why, because when we come through it, we'll have a harvest. We'll be able to do this again, prepare, and go forward. You know. Did you see? No, no.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's like how do people like keep food? Right? They
How do we
prepare,
what?
keep food. We preserve the food, right?
The grocery store keeps it for me, and I just go every
These days,
couple
yes.
of days and pick it up from.
Oh shit, man, we're gonna stop that. I don't like it. Bad practice. You're gonna be
How do
next
you
to
keep food?
generally in a whale's mouth, dead whale in the
That would
Arctic.
be cool. I'd
Blow a
rather have a
hole,
whale, I
come
guess.
back
But then
like
don't you have to feed the whale?
nah, man. I mean, king of the sea.
Oh,
Neptune. You know that's that people
the
call me
grocery
fucking
stores just seems easier to go
Neptune,
and
man.
find the whale every time I'm hungry.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have that. We're on different planets.
We have whales, orcas. I'm right by the bay,
Would you
but I
see
don't,
that?
it doesn't seem practical to try to keep my food there.
You don't get to see them often, do you? Really? You see whales?
Never. I took when I first moved here. I took the ferry, and you could see them on the ferry ride. You could get out of your car and like stand on the
Yeah.
railing and watch them as the ferry went. But that's the only time I've ever seen them.
the
Oh,
orcas,
but you seen whales though? Yeah.
they're black and white. They're related to dolphins, aren't
Dude,
they?
the only big thing I've ever seen was a basking shark. That was
Oh,
massive. Yeah, but I've gone out in oceans trying to look for whales. Never seen one ever. I'm a fuck. Yeah. So whales, but I thought like when I saw the basking shark, I could jump into the, and I was like, no. I felt really scared, really small. I was like, oh shit. I was so prepared for it, but I was like, oh no, I ain't doing that. I ain't looking him because you know that thing is so fucking huge, even though you know it won't eat you. So
I wonder if there's been any time in history that a whale's gotten so pissed at a ship that it just rammed into it.
oh, plenty, man. I bet you.
I
I
bet.
mean, I bet you, man. I bet you, like orcas and like you said, the hunting ones. They come in, fuck off. Let's get it over. You know,
Yeah,
because they
there
see.
was recently orcas were around boats for some reason near shore. I don't know why. They couldn't understand why. Everybody was bewildered. There was a video of it. Um, I don't know how you'd find it, but it's out there. It's a recent video.
everything's on video nowadays.
Yeah, that's the beauty of digital cameras and
Oh, speaking of video, I just got a dash cam installed because I want to see what these motherfuckers. I want to have proof what they're doing to me.
What are they doing to you?
Wait, what? What's going on?
Run me off the road.
Hang on.
Who's running you off of the road?
Dude, twice in like the last month, some son of a bitches tried to fucking cut in on my lane when I was in the fast lane doing like 85, and I had to slam on my brakes to avoid them hitting me because they just decided to cut right into my lane.
Fuck that, man.
Yeah, I want proof now. Because you know what they would do? They would blame me. They would blame me for hitting them from behind. Even though they're the ones who blatantly just swerved into my lane.
So you mean you actually you had an encounter? Like y'all stopped?
No, it was like I had to slam on my brakes to avoid being hit.
Were they targeting you, or it was like a random traffic thing, or were you a target for
I
something?
think it was random because they're just bastards. They just do what the fuck they want. You better get out of their way.
But so now you've done this, okay? You should inform your insurance company because your premium should come down.
But I heard that my insurance company doesn't allow that.
No, you can do it anyway. You just add it to that because if it's still evidence of, you still put it towards them. Doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying though is that
you say no, it doesn't matter. You say no, I want to add it to that, and I have to add it to you. It doesn't make a difference. No, it fucking does when it comes down to fucking the proof. And believe me, because it's under that premium you pay, dude, man, they can't ignore it in law. It doesn't,
Well, we'll see. Yeah. I'm going to call and ask him.
Yeah, it's fucking. It's half the problem. Do you ever? What do you do, buddy?
What do I do?
Yeah,
I do YouTube.
Yes, we're all full-time
you make money from YouTube. Yeah. YouTube's money, really? That's cool.
I'm unemployed because I need a hip replacement, and I went to the grocery store today, and thank God that I had the carriage to hold on to because my hip started giving out halfway through the trip, and I was having trouble walking, and I was like belting out little cries of pain, like because it would hit me when I didn't expect it, and so I'm unemployed for the moment.
Is that an old injury, or was just like?
It just happened past 4 years. It started happening. I mean, I didn't even know what was happening, and I couldn't walk into work. I would have to stop like 3 times on the way from my car to the building.
What did you do before this happened? Then what was your job?
IT stuff.
You're
a hip replacement.
I really want to know. I mean, dude, bang it, man. I'm up with you. Are you a coder, programmer? Are you doing?
No. I just did desktop shit. Like helping. What do they call it when you you're on the phone and people call up and
like tech support?
Yeah, tech support, that kind of thing.
Problem shootings, all that.
Yeah.
My dad got a hip replacement not too long ago. He really needed one.
I mean, in America, hang on. In America, it's really expensive. In Britain, here, okay, it's cheap as hell because we have the state to pay for that. You guys have to pay for the insurance of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
unless you
most of the time they say you make yourself, do this. GoFundMe. Make it GoFundMe, man. It's a hip replacement you need. Do a GoFundMe. Show the people you know. I'll donate a little.
I'm trying to get people to just fund a new computer for me, and that's only $1,000. And so far, I've made $100 for it. But I mean,
wow.
I have a long way to go. I have a long way to go.
You want a new computer?
What?
You want a new computer?
Well, yeah, because mine is 15 years old, and last night it blue screen.
Mine's older than yours. I'm still running it.
Yeah, but mine blue screened, and it's it can't handle Windows 11 or any of that. So it's time.
Windows 11, 10.
Hey, Ricardo, are you back?
Hey, Ricardo.
I guess not.
Oh wait, he's gone again.
All right then. Jeez. So you're building your rig, or are you actually buying a new rig? You gonna build your own rig? Buy your own rig or book? Yeah. Which
Well,
one?
hopefully I'll build one because I don't want a
For
laptop. I want
$1,000, you'll be able to build one.
what?
For $1,000, man, you'll be able to build one.
Yeah, I
Second-
should be able to. At least something that's decent, that I can edit video with and things like that. Because every time I try to edit a video on this one, it crashes and
Okay, so
restarts.
the PC you got now have a GPU, PSU, right? Power supply unit. Doesn't have
Yeah,
it. So could you if I give you enough to buy a CPU, motherboard, RAM, and a cooler, you could take that, put it in your rig, and make it run, right? Be fine.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
I have a BTX
$400,
case,
then.
biggest one.
Oh, well, I mean, what are you running now anyway? AMD or Intel?
No, Intel, but it's old.
Yeah. How old? I mean,
Well,
me.
like 15 years, or I would think.
15. Okay, older.
Let's try again.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Hey,
lot
Jeff.
better.
Hello.
Hey,
Is that better?
Ricardo, what's up?
Hey guys. How's that,
Um,
sorry?
Ricardo, were you at my stream the other night? I thought I saw you.
I think I was for a bit, yeah. It was a
Yeah.
bit chaotic though. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, it was intense. I mean, I didn't expect any of it. We were just talking about meditation, and then all of a sudden, it turned into this murder trial.
Shit.
Kangaroo court styling.
Huh?
Yeah. Drama and shit.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
crazy.
but-
Crazy.
So what did you do? What happened? Did you deal with the trouble and
Oh,
get
I-
it back to a nice peaceful thing, or
No, because right after that happened, then Pink Boberto, I don't know if you know who that is, they came up and started attacking Silver Diamond and going crazy. And
yeah, I saw Silver Diamond being attacked.
yeah.
And just people were calling her what do you call it, a grifter or whatever, but
Yeah, she
Yeah,
never
how she gives shit away. How is she a grifter?
gives it away. She doesn't take, she gives it away. If
she's one of the
anything,
nicest people out there, isn't she?
compared to her, like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm asking for the computer so that I can continue streaming. So I'm giving something back, I suppose. I'm giving a service for, asking for donations or whatever. But, it's like Silver gives away everything. She's never asked for $1. She gave me some money for my computer.
She seems like a really good person. She's
Yeah.
always positive and helpful and always shows her face on camera. So
Yeah.
more than a lot of people do.
And she was upset because of what happened, like on my stream, because she has the so-called murderer as a guest on her panel, but she doesn't know anything about that, or she doesn't care because
Yeah.
And so it had nothing to do with me really, but yeah, indirectly by having that stream, I kind of got her in a little hot water.
Yeah. We just got caught up in things.
Mm.
Oh well.
Anyway, that's the drama. Fucking.
As long as
community.
nobody hates you. Long as nobody hates you.
Oh, somebody does hate me. That happened recently, but I'm not gonna.
Oh.
Yeah, they made all sorts of accusations that are fucking twisted and stupid and unfounded.
But have they made videos about you yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yes, you are moving up.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting that.
Who's hating you?
That's what they say, isn't it?
I'm not gonna give them I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of even thinking about it.
Oh, is it somebody we know? Somebody hangs out here?
Probably not. No.
Okay.
Jeff, they say you're nobody until somebody's made a video about you.
Yeah.
Well,
that's kind of true. You have to have a
happened to
murder
me.
video made about you, and you have to have some kind of parody song made about you. Those are two marks of arrival.
Okay.
That's the next level.
Milestones.
It's the next milestone, yeah. I always write a song about myself, but I'm a good. Truth is, I'm quite a good musician. good with theory and stuff, but I can't. I've never been able to write a song.
Mm.
So
Don't feel bad. I can't. I
I'll leave
have
that
trouble with
to
that
someone
too.
else.
My
I
friend
can
comes
play a
over.
lot. I can play a lot of different instruments though.
Well, my friend comes over and he plays guitar. He plays his song that he wrote, and I'm supposed to play bass to it. And I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
Do you know the song?
Well, I know, not really. No,
Oh, doesn't help.
no.
Well, you got to like the song, otherwise you're not going to feel it.
Yeah, I know. And everything he wants to play is stuff that I don't want to play, really. So,
Oh, yeah. You often get that with musicians.
mm,
They're all into their own styles, and they all have their own kind of limits
right.
about things they will and won't play.
Like I want to
So,
play hard rock,
whatever.
metal, and he wants to do like like REM kind of shit. And
Yeah, I've got a friend who's really into blues, and I'm like obsessed with it. But my dad was really into blues. That's all he listened to, so it kind of put me off for
yeah,
life. But I said to this guy, I don't mind a bit of blues, but I'm really more into jazz. If we're talking like classic styles.
yeah.
But I mean, I like rock as well. Rock's probably my favorite style of
Mm,
music overall.
Rock rocks.
Fucking anything from Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Metallica, Pantera, Sepultura,
mm,
just yeah, anything that rocks and it's good, where people
yeah.
can actually play their instruments. And they're not just shit.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Kitty. Kitty Bonks.
Well, the
Megadeth,
the
Megadeth
one
are pretty
thing that we
great too.
both can agree on playing is like a Tom Petty song. Because I said, listen, it's fucking easy for me to play it, and probably easy for you too. So let's just do that,
Tom
and
Petty.
we'll be on the same page for that song, and then we can play other stuff.
Yeah,
Because
he's pretty good. I know a
his
few of
songs,
his tunes.
his songs are simple. They're not complicated. It's not
Yeah.
like a progressive rock song.
Or Bob Dylan maybe might be good to emulate.
Hmm.
A lot of good songs there.
So, are you from the UK as well?
Yes, I live in the I live on the south coast of England,
Okay.
by the beach. I
Are
mean,
you?
it's supposed to be one of the warmest parts of the country, but it still gets really cold in winter.
Well,
It's winter.
So he's in like Dorset or I guess somewhere down there, right? Mm.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm in Dorset. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Down there in Dorset.
it's a pretty sweet county. It's very
Never lived.
peaceful.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. Yeah. Yeah. I
Not
was.
far from Stonehenge.
Yeah. No, that's what is it? Nah, you can't say that. That's Wiltshire. Wiltshire's a little
Yeah,
further.
yeah, it's the next
Yeah.
county up. But it's pretty chilled down here. Most people are pretty friendly and nice. It's not as bad as some places in the UK. But
What about Cumbria? Is that a good place?
Cumbria. Oh, that's right up the other end of the country in the northeast, I believe.
Yeah.
I've never
Yeah,
been there, but I've
I
heard
love
it's very,
Cumbria.
very, very beautiful and very
Cumbrian
kind of
hardcore.
out there.
It's like north of Wales. It's like the flatlands before you go up to I guess what's it? The
Liverpool.
Yeah, that's the one. Liverpool.
Yeah,
You go up there to Lancashire. Is that right?
yeah, that
Yeah.
sort of way.
Yeah, that's
Northwest.
hardcore. The west of England, right? Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah.
I'm from the southwest, so I
Yeah.
lived in Bristol for a while. That was my
Bristol.
city.
Dude, I'm not taking the piss. I'm a West Country unit, Gloucestershire. So
Mm,
Wiltshire
really?
Regiment. Yeah,
I
Wiltshire.
used
Berkshire, yeah. All the home counties, man. Home counties.
I used to live in Gloucestershire. I grew up in Gloucestershire
Good
for
place.
most of my life.
You're a posh guy.
So I know the place quite well.
Hey, man,
No,
come on. This cat is terrible. You know.
I don't think I'm from the wrong side of the tracks. No,
I don't think most people are.
might
Okay,
end up
Man.
there, but
so it's
Got
like,
at least one.
but it's like, oh, yeah, why?
I'll turn the camera on. There we go.
There we go.
You don't mind me smoking on cam, do you, Jeff?
No,
That's
Oh
cool.
no, I don't care. As long
Some
as
people
YouTube
do.
does it. People smoke
Some
all
people
the
have a
time
rule like
on YouTube.
no smoking, not even cigarettes. Well, I smoke more than that. I just wanted to. I kind of the reason I got so excited. I wanted to join the conversation.
See, that ain't my cat, man. This thing, okay, is next door's cat. It's a fucker and a half, and I've saved it too many times. She had a kitten in my bedroom. She ran in there, man. There's been times that I had to make the RSPCA spay her. She still comes here. You know, this thing. We can't get rid of it.
Merlin
Yeah.
brought himself. He's Merlin. He travels in and out of timelines. I think the weed froze you up, Ricardo. You're literally stoned.
I think Ricardo has just jumped down.
I
Yeah.
think it's his signal. Y'all need to get better technology, better microphones, better audio. Come on, guys. This is 2024.
Yeah.
Talking about wrong side of the tracks.
Yeah, Zenst. I know that's a Lord of the Rings quote, but that was never in the books. I don't know why they put that in the movies, but
Oh, it wasn't in the books?
no, they never said that shit in the books.
Huh.
Gandalf was just Gandalf, man. He didn't make stupid lines like that. By the way, I found out that Gandalf was only 5'6", according to Tolkien, which that makes him even more impressive because he was like a god in an old man's body, basically. And the fact that he stood up against the goddamn Balrog of Morgoth and was only 5'6" and an old little old man, you know, like that makes it even cooler. You know. And I believe
Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
hey, there he is. What's up?
Yo,
Hey.
it's all good, man. What's going on? You're talking about Lord of the Rings? How many
Yeah.
times you want to know it? No, don't be like that. I'm not just a fucking gnome.
That hat is fucking incredible, man.
What?
Can I just ask, where did you get that hat?
I said Iceland.
Iceland.
Yeah, from Iceland.
Wow.
Bought it from the elves.
Yeah, from Iceland.
That's as close to the North Pole as anything else.
Iceland.
Must have been a good trip.
I have loads of stuff from all over the world, man. All over the
So
world.
is it like a historical thing, or people still wear
man.
stuff like that? That's where
What?
Bjork is from.
No, it's a fucking tea cozy.
It looks like looks volcanic.
Okay,
Of
Jeff, you asked what's a Maiar? They spelled it wrong, but it's Mair. They were first the one god created a bunch of lesser gods. And
Oh, from the Silmarillion.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
he created like gods, like servants of the gods, so to speak, and those were the Maiar. So Sauron was a Maiar, Gandalf was a Maiar, Saruman was a Maiar, and Balrog was a Maiar.
I like it. Yeah, you know it, man.
I think
And
Plastic
there's,
Africa might be a Maiar.
And there's Food of the Gods.
From the beginning, man, to the end, bro.
You ever heard of a book called Food of the Gods?
No.
No,
Oh,
I've
Food
heard
of
of Twilight
the
of the Idols.
It's by Terence McKenna.
Yeah,
It-
yeah,
it's,
I have heard
it's
of that.
non-fiction. It's not a fictional.
No, it's about
But
drugs.
Yeah, about drugs.
it's about all sorts.
Is it what licorice all sorts?
Fantastic. Hmm?
Which all sorts? Honestly, you tell me.
Spiritual all sorts mostly.
But what I mean, the spiritual part of anything, okay, is what somebody wants to attune to because they've learnt it. There's always
What
this
is
thing.
spiritual though? I've been trying to
No,
figure
no,
that
hang on.
out.
There's always this thing called
People
intertextuality.
find
No,
spiritual things in
I
their
know,
own
but the
ways.
people
You know,
like
it's
I
not
know what
really
mental things are,
the same.
intellectual. I know what emotional is. What is spiritual? People just
It,
get to
it's a
call
mental.
anything they want spiritual.
It's a
I
mental
mean,
state. It's a mental state.
Is it a feeling?
Yeah, kind of.
Spiritual. It is a feeling for a start. I mean, you can't be spiritual without having
Without
high
feeling
like
spiritual.
feelings.
Is it
But
like
it
gender?
no,
You
obviously,
feel like a woman?
no, of course
I
it's
think
not.
generally that I
No,
mean
it can't be.
to generalize
Hang
the
on. Hang on.
spiritual aspects of the positive like aspects of your character, whereas the animalistic ones they're all the negative ones. So all the negative emotions. But if
That kind of
you
makes
stick with
No,
sense.
the
but
positive emotions,
I
you'll
call that
be
human. Human, like
no, but that's
as a
that's the man
secularist,
of earth, isn't it?
the
That's
higher
you'll
parts of
that's
ourselves
naturally
are the
that
you'll
human
naturally
part.
be more spiritual. So that's part of it.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm trying to get at, Effigy. What is
Oh,
like where is this transcendence and transcendent of what? For like as
oh,
for a secularist,
it means
what would be the counterpart to spiritual if there is one? Or is it only do you have to be religious to
no,
No,
no, no.
No,
understand what
you
spiritual
don't have
is?
to be religious. No.
No, I think it's like a temporal thing that we have. We are born from mum and dad. No matter how we see it, that birth that you have had because you live and you come to see these days are and understand these things is that miracle. That is your take in this universe. And
Mhm.
God and the angels and all that exists, okay, knows that. And it's only when you are needed for the better thing or you choose the worst. You go for it because your life eternal is your choice. It's only when you really fucking come to that fruition of it and not blame it. That's why there is that whole judgment period, you know, everlasting fucking guilt
Oh
that
yeah, I
people
don't believe in
run
that. I
about.
don't feel that.
Oh, don't you? Oh,
So when you're doing something positive, it's spiritual. Like when you're doing something good for humanity.
well, yeah,
Yeah,
with
definitely.
yeah, but
If you're
also with
being unselfish, being altruistic
I'm
from
doing
a
that right now.
genuine place of
yeah,
compassion,
yeah,
then yeah,
shit, yeah, not judging,
you're
yeah,
being spiritual. You're
yeah.
you're probably earning
Helena Blavatsky.
karma points as well.
But you're not doing it for capital gain or for
Definitely
profit.
No,
not.
You
Helena
should never
Blavatsky
do
says
that.
Alan Watts was good on this subject
No matter
too.
with that,
Alan Watts was amazing.
good
I love
man, smart, isn't it? That's
absolutely.
all,
I'm a big
you
fan
know.
of Alan Watts. Absolute fucking genius.
I loved him.
I was saying it
So
before,
yeah, I
wasn't
don't
I?
know.
I
Like,
was saying it before.
so-
You know the guy who directed what's it? Some Like It Hot. Is that right? Who's the
What?
guy who directed it? Some
okay,
Like It.
Marilyn
Oh,
Monroe movie.
No, it's with Marilyn Monroe. Yeah,
That's what you
Some
said.
Like It Hot.
uh-huh.
That
Not sure.
director.
Heard of that.
Yeah, I mean that director was a Jew. You know?
yeah.
And basically, the story goes that, and what he did during his time as a director is he tried to,
Billy
uh,
Wilder.
yeah, Billy Wilder, that's right. And Billy Wilder lost his mum in the,
Holocaust.
yeah, in the Holocaust, yeah. And Billy Wilder looked through thousands of hours of footage of Holocaust survivors and everything you could find from every corner and looked just to find his mum, just to try to have a glimpse. of his mum. A hardcore, but he got away with doing it.
And that's why you don't like the Jews now?
No, no, hang on, that's not. Oh no, nah, that's nasty to say that.
Is it true?
I'm a 16th Jew, I would say, from my family in that regard. I'm a Mormon by where I was brought up, a Mormon, and what I've gone through in my time. I have family in America, I have family in Africa still, Mormon family all around the world, because us Mormons fucking get around, don't we? Knocking on people.
You're a Mormon?
Yeah, no, I grew up a Mormon. I'm not a
Oh,
Mormon.
wow.
Yeah, that's why
That's
I understand
interesting.
theology. I had to study that shit to find myself in that.
But you were a Mormon in where? Where did you grow up?
In Africa.
African
And you
Mormon.
were a Mormon in Africa?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mormons
man.
are everywhere. They have one of like the
Everywhere.
largest missionary games out there.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Wow.
They're all over the world.
Farms
That's
and shit.
the first I ever heard of that.
Yeah, really?
They're colonizing.
Yeah, man, we've been around for years. Only 200, less than that, but very rich.
Are you
The golden tablets weren't fucking fake. They melted them.
are you still a Mormon now? Did you ever break away, or are you still
I'm not
chained?
a No,
No.
I've never, yeah, no. I'm good, man, for that. Yeah. Well, I'm still a Christian. I'm not going to deny that. I believe in the kingdom of God, but I don't believe it through Joseph Smith and that fucking record.
You're not getting your planet.
It's a change for me, because the Spirit of the Lord. It's always
But
God.
you believe Jesus is a real thing? Like,
If Jesus was a real man, yes, indeed.
yeah, but don't you understand that a lot of the doctrine that is associated with Jesus was from earlier religions, like Egyptian?
Of course it was, yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. And hence why it's always repeated itself over and over again till this moment.
So what I've seen is that new religions, piggyback.
It's not that it matters.
Sorry,
it's where we are in a time when we have to gain. Because if you go back, okay, and you think about, like, again, seeing some of the ancient sites, seeing some of these fucking, gargantuan fucking monolithic things, and you go, what the fuck they do that? What the fuck? And the precision of it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something that it was beyond our time limitation. I don't think it's aliens. I think it's like us over millennia, over decade, so much time to where we are. And now we are the last of that chapter. And it's like coming into that, okay, we are going to sentient into the AI. Because everyone doesn't want to think about what it means, why we think of the old world, the things of why we believe in Marcus Aurelius. Oh, you talk about eureka moments. These so many, and now it's being forgotten. It's now the next, and that's what they're waiting for, like a pivot of like a world war, something beyond what was the COVID, beyond what was. It's gonna like time set us again. But it's
funny though, because I don't Plastic African. I don't remember any mention of the AI takeover in the Bible or any of the holy books.
No, well, that's no the AI to me is what it is that Satan will be. Satan cannot have form. The AI will be in that form. He's Big Brother, the machine that's a wheel within a wheel, Ezekiel, if you will. Yeah. But yeah. Do you reckon? Go on.
They just seem to label anything bad as being satanic. Everything bad in the world they blame on Satan and his hordes.
What about him? What about Satan?
Minions. And it's
But
like,
no,
I don't know if it's that simple, man.
Well, no, but Satanism
He
is
gets
again the
scapegoated for
whole.
everything. Hey,
It's a
effigy.
scapegoating
Hello.
thing, yeah.
But it,
You know,
but
it
it,
seems
but
a
it
bit
is that.
convenient.
So it's always said that what Satan broke us away from God, right? Right, and the Christians were saying
Yeah,
that Satan
he was a
Eve,
fallen angel.
right?
Yeah.
But that's not in the Bible. The angels
Well,
fell.
it's canon in some respect.
That's
Okay, well,
extra biblical. In fact, there's no angels in the Jewish Bible. The angels came. They're Persian, and Saint Augustine developed the myth of the fall of the angels before creation. But none of that's in the Bible.
Oh. Well, I'm not a Bible follower anyway, so I don't care.
We just got confirmation from Zentz that what I said was true.
What was that?
What did you do? You did a search of all the books?
No, it was in the movies. He says a wizard is never late or early or whatever. No, he never said that shit.
Always on time.
What I mean.
Okay, hang on. That's what I was waiting for. The animations.
Oh wait, I have to. And you need me to do?
Oh, it happens when you talk now. You have a voice. activated?
yeah. I've got a thing.
Wow, that's cool. That's
Check
cool.
that shit out.
Oh, this was the easy one. This is just a basic OBS plugin.
Oh,
But I
what's
was
the
in
hard
too many
ones?
panels because I had the light shadow thing that happens whenever
Very
I
cool.
talk. But there were too many panels where people were like, "Who's talking?" I was
Oh.
like, "Okay, I need to put something more."
More obvious.
That's
Wow.
cool stuff.
Loving the Lord
That's
of the
pretty
Rings
cool.
talk.
Just in time for Christmas. Looks like flames.
Yeah, it's awesome. How do you even do that on StreamYard? Like that? How does it work?
Oh, what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm using OBS.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, and then I just plug in through there. Yeah, all
And
I
he
do
has
is
skills,
make
too.
animations and then just layer that in a bunch of scenes in OBS and then play them over on
Oh my
top of each
God,
other.
Wait.
Look at that.
Wow, that is cool.
So you have like a whole
That's hella cool.
collection that you can just
Yeah,
select from?
I got a huge list of stuff that I just use to react to people doing stuff.
Wow.
That was too cringe animation.
Wow. No, you're really setting a new bar for panels.
Yeah, I've even
the
got
rest
one
of
made
us.
for if I ever win Verbal Combat that I've never played,
Oh,
which is
you've won
probably
before,
never.
huh?
I've never won. No, I'm going to be one
I
of the
thought
people
you
who.
did. I
No,
thought you won a
no,
few times.
I will never win Verbal Combat.
Because of the political
I
bias.
had a biased moment.
I would say it's not just political bias. Like Shiva's a liberal, and Shiva's won it a couple times. For me specifically, my specific angle, I won't win it because I'm a vehement atheist. Like that crowd is.
Oh, it's the religious bias.
I think that's just I think the religious bias is the cherry on top to the political bias. Because Shiva doesn't come down as hard, and he's Buddhist, and he's easy to kind of get around that stuff. I really kind of needle people when we have religious debates.
So, yeah, that was my whole point with Easy a while back, was they don't evaluate on the logic of the arguments. It's all these other factors.
Yeah,
And
it's really
I don't think I would
interesting
ever
'cause
win
it's
either.
not like straight debate. Like it is
Yeah.
it is a lot of entertainment, and one of the things that I've had to learn about debating in there, and I've actually started winning a good string of 1v1s, is I have to basically speak in their language a little bit and kind of tone up the entertainment, or basically the needling, the ad homs, because that's what the chat wants. They want the blood.
So you know
gotta
how to
make a show of
play
it.
to the crowd and
Yeah,
read what they're looking for.
you have to play to the crowd. It's very, it actually is very kind of
I don't
arena
do all that.
blood sport arena
Yeah,
stuff.
man, I had my first 1v1 not too long ago. Lost, and I still think it was the bias of the company that I was with.
It's smoke and mirrors.
No, completely, man. I swear to God, because it was just like, nah, we can't lose one of him to that one.
What, you won a 1v1?
Yeah, I believe I did. Yeah, completely.
Oh, you well, it's a pretty objective.
It was okay because people had to like vote on who won.
It's pretty
So
clear who
I'm
won
not.
or not
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you end
Cool.
up
Well,
not
there's
on the
there's a lot
panel
of things
anymore.
going on in 1v1s because you have to
Okay.
understand on verbal combat, a 1v1 sometimes is just a cheaper way for them to kill someone because
Really?
it's cheaper than paying the $100 to instantly fatality somebody. But
Yeah.
somebody in a 1v1 always will get
Oh, so
fatality.
if they
So you
put him
only,
up against the right person, they could
yeah,
pretty
you just
And
pay
then
much.
they use the
$40 and now you get a
That-
1v1 and somebody gets to get knocked out of the show.
That's cheating easy out of some
Yeah.
profit.
Dr. G, I have a question for you though. Like you say you're an atheist. Can you be an atheist and still believe that there is some sort of like maybe intelligence behind creation or not?
You're agnostic then.
I mean, depends on what you mean by intelligence, right? Like saying you're an
Yeah, you
atheist
are
simply
intelligent.
means that you don't believe in gods.
Do you
Right.
believe? Hang on. This is the perfect example. Do you believe, like, if I shoot you in the fucking face, in the brain, and you're dead, you're dead?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
think-
that,
believe
The
that.
way I describe it to people is for 13 billion years of the universe's existence,
Yeah.
you were dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
You were
you're
dead,
always
and then you became alive, and then you
Yeah,
go
it's
back
like,
to being
hey,
dead.
getting back to Alan Watts, he says
Yeah.
death is like falling asleep, having never been awake, and life is like being awake, never having been asleep.
No,
And
hang
one-
on.
That's,
one
yeah,
is-
that's really poetic.
One
Right.
doesn't-
Yeah.
the other.
Shakespeare said that too.
Yeah. Amen. Yes. Oh man, he knows. Well, that's the beauty of actually the intertextuality, as it said, as how we've come to these positions or these dispositions of time, of understanding. Remember, like even theological and religious terms where we live today. But the Western foundation, I believe, has always actually taken that further. Hence why we have America and that global enterprise. Yeah, bang it, man. We've always wanted more. And we wanted to break away from the other people sneak in, and you know what I mean? Like bang, you're dead. I'm the boss now. We've all accepted it.
We still do that.
Yeah, exactly. And we're not accepting that. We're not accepting that notion that the reality of our power base, that everything is Russia, China, fucking India, all that is in perpetuity while the Western Foundation has it as a whole. Those old ideas are gone. They are fucking dead. And people want to go, oh yeah, but what about? That's already done. It's stupid to think that way. If you can't stop it, you know better. Where's it going? And the scary part is that most people don't even they just don't know. You know, the livelihoods, everything about them is just it's a numbered game. You don't have freedom of will, choice. You know, if you did, you'd understand what that meant. People don't.
It was interesting what you brought up a minute ago, and I know I was probably one of the last people you expected to jump in and define what spiritual is, but I do think there's a kind of like divorced from religion idea of spirituality. These just and I think they're based in all the things that religion uses as well, because I don't think they came up with these things, but this idea of like transcendence, where we can blur the line between what is us individually and what is us collectively, or how we connect to the universe. Meditation and the idea that we can better ourself, that we have a thing called a self, and that we can make it better, that we can have personal growth. That there's a such thing as introspection and self-awareness, and I think most of all that there's an idea of connection, that we can connect to other people, that we can connect with nature, that we are all interconnected in a way, that we are all part of. And maybe this is why religious people like to say that there's a plan, but I think that kind of idea of interconnectedness, that we're not just dropped into something, we're a part of everything around us.
Okay, aren't you?
We're not just
I
people
don't
who are
want to be
dropped into
connected
nature.
to
No, but aren't you
everybody.
lucky, guys? No, but really, aren't you lucky to actually think like this? Not many people get to actually have that like sort of fortitude to, get that reality done with what you're saying. They just have. You can't go to them and say, "Oh, hello, do you know about Jesus Christ? And I saved you."
Is
You
it
know,
just being part of something larger than ourselves, like part
you
of a
say, like, hey,
complex
do you know about Satan, or
machine?
do you know about the relative? There's nothing. Don't worry about it.
I think it's completely natural for human beings to want to be part of things greater than themselves on every level of our existence, down to family units, to
but
groups of friends to organizations to countries.
YouTube channels.
Yeah,
But exactly, and
We
people,
wanna-
Yeah,
wanna
I'm the
feel
same way,
part
Ricardo.
of
I
groups.
understand all of that in practical terms. I just don't see the need for calling it spiritual or religious
I
or
mean, you could be
transcendent.
a panentheist where you think the universe is literally a living organism and that we're all just part of it.
I don't. I think living things are living organisms, and then matter is inert.
There's a quote from one of my favorite TV shows that it's and I'm not quick to believe anything, but if I had my hope, this would be one of the things that were true, that that we are the universe experiencing itself, that we are manifestations of the universe to have a subjective experience because the universe can't.
Well, it definitely
amen,
seems
amen,
subjective, but
amen.
all you're experiencing is your
Yeah, but no, but
little part of it.
Yeah.
but to me, all of it that you guys experience, everything that have ever experienced, and people that have integrated with all our lives, all right, that is always like sacrosanct to the God of the universe. And when this shade, when you die, okay, we're going to the same place, and we're going to go, okay, what's next? Are we going to go back, revert? We're going to be
No,
the
we're
same?
not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Nothing
these
happens.
concepts to me like never. This is
Oh,
one of
no.
the reasons why even at a young age I was always like just kind of like about religion. Like all of these concepts have no logical step to me. Like whenever someone's like, "I'm gonna be in heaven. I'm gonna see my parents."
You're not in heaven.
You're not gonna have eyes to
It's
see.
not a
You won't
heaven.
have a brain to
You're
think.
not even gonna know you're not
Right.
there.
If you're talking about you're just going to be a physical, like a little ball of spiritual energy, then how do you possibly experience things in any kind of way that a human being would? Like,
You go
so
back
even
to
the
the
language
source.
that people try to use, like, it's so just weird and foreign to me, the concepts. That's why I was never able to connect with religion in that level.
I
To
would
me,
say
I
the
think
spirit
of
is
it like
always
this.
doing
What if a video game character, right? When a video game character dies, what happens to it? The coding of it just ends and it goes back to the CPU as bits of stored information. Maybe that's what happens to our so-called souls. You know, when we die, we just go back to the source, which is the motherboard or the memory
I've been through
storage.
too much for this shit. No way, man. I've jumped
No?
out of planes. I've seen some bombs.
I'm open to a lot of things being possible in
I've
the
seen some
universe.
shit, man. Mountains. I've been around. I do not believe that for 1 second. I
I'm
believe
not
that
open to the
no, but this is
a
my faith.
continuation of our existence of consciousness without some kind of
Well, no,
physical
it's
brain.
eternal.
Yeah,
We're
that's
eternal.
a tough one for me.
We're eternal. The judgment, as people say, isn't the Christian view. The judgment is you, what you've gone through from this life to the next.
Yeah, you judge yourself.
I mean, I love that. I love that attitude. Is that we're a chrysalis, man. This is just a part of something.
That's the big assumption to me.
Well, that's what we are.
And I don't like this idea that we're like this life is secondary or lesser to anything else. I hate the idea that religion has that this is like the precursor to the real dance. Like to me that devalues everything here. From my point of view, from an atheist point of view, the hopefully close to 80 years that I'll be alive are the uttermost valuable thing I'll ever have, and nothing will ever possibly trump that because there is nothing else.
Okay, but what if there were something else and this is just like a training fucking simulation, like where we train for the real thing?
So why so many times that I should have been dead, I haven't been killed and murdered?
It'll happen eventually. There'll be that one time.
I've just never seen any evidence that is the case.
Catherine's trying to take me out, man.
But I completely understand why people want so desperately to believe that, because life is amazing, and understanding that you will someday not have life is the most terrifying thing in human existence, and it always has been.
I'm not
That's why we
afraid.
come up with
I think it's going to be
I wouldn't
wonderful.
want it forever.
I think it's going to be wonderful.
But if we didn't have these viewpoints, mostly, you're a nihilist then. So you look at nihilist. No. Yeah, effigy.
Oh,
I'm a nihilist.
Yes.
I don't know if I would say I'm quite a nihilist. I don't believe many things.
Because
I'm extremely skeptical. I wouldn't say I'm quite a nihilist, though.
Don't worry about your parents. Man, you're dead. You're nothing to me. Yeah.
What is the difference between oblivion and complete peace?
I'm psychotherapists.
Peace connotes that you're conscious of peace. Like it's
Okay,
something that you're at least aware and conscious of. It's a specific feeling.
but there's
Oblivion is
nothing
just
more
nothing, no
peaceful.
awareness at all.
There's nothing more peaceful than non-existence, in my opinion.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
It looked pretty peaceful when I saw it.
The only time I felt that is when I fell free fall.
When you felt what?
Free fall. So when I hit terminal velocity at a jump, yeah, it's the only time I
Jumping
felt
out of a
something
plane,
that was so peaceful. Yeah, out of plane, yeah, and actually base jump, so free
Oh
fall.
wow.
Yeah, action man. Back in my day, and like I say, I'm crazy man. Lots of times I thought there's lots of people I knew that just still like their lives. We got to get together for that. And that's in some ways you're right. Yeah, if you want to see life like that, see it and be that. But to me, faith eternal means that even you down like Pascal. You know who Pascal is?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pascal said that, didn't he? He said that's why his theory works. At least you choose the other half because you're not going bad. Because if
are
you
you
don't
talking about
believe in
Pascal's
God,
wager?
oh yeah, exactly.
Basically, just what if you're wrong?
Exactly.
Okay, King Philip brings that up, but it's possible to conjure words in your brain even though you don't say them, and it's possible to conjure a lot of things in the brain. But what
Well,
I'm
the
wondering
things we're
is this:
learning about what happens to people's brains when they're dying is they go through a really intense experience. There's like a DMT burst in their brain.
oh, dude,
Um,
I've done DMT like 11 times, and I've had breakthrough
yeah, it's
experiences.
more likely because number one, your brain is still alive if you're experiencing something, right? Like if we look at this from my perspective, from a non-supernatural perspective, if you're experiencing something as you're passing out and you're unconscious, your brain is still working, regardless of whether you have a pulse or anything like that. It takes like 10 minutes for your brain to die. And that's what we're talking about. So all these experiences we can chalk up to this is what the brain does when it's dying. Which it kind of makes sense though, right? Like everything that's stored on that hard drive, you have no other sensory perception because your body's shutting down. It would probably replay through all that. So the idea of reliving your memories in an extremely vivid hallucinatory way as you die, like that kind of makes a physical sense to me.
What I saw was so amazing and so goddamn astonishing that I have to believe that there's something more, because what I saw was fucking insane.
But it was a drug.
Yeah, it was a drug, but it's a drug that occurs naturally in the brain, and it may be some sort of perception.
Like I'm right there with you, man. The only things that have ever happened to me in my life that I would consider spiritual experiences all involve hallucinogenics.
Mm-hmm. And this was the big one. I was at the center of the fucking universe, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
You know what? You know what, man? Effigy, you actually are that, because like atheists like you always want to confine themselves in that belief. You itself are your own faith because of you believing in nothing. Because you want people to like go, how the fuck can you believe?
I believe it. No, like
No, but you are
this
that.
is the thing that people just need to. I really wish this was like my
You
big
don't
wish is that
believe,
people
you
would
don't
just get
believe
this
in
right
your
in their
God.
heads.
You believe in
Wait,
your
wait,
Atheism
God.
is
let him
not
talk after.
atheism is not a replacement for religion
Man, but
in any way, rhetorically, in
you
any
are
way.
that. You're exactly that. You are such an atheist that you have to find other people's faith and go, oh, I don't like that because of.
He didn't say that.
I don't do that.
I can see it, man.
I
I'll
don't really
admit I
think
do
that's
that, but
what
I
he's
definitely
doing.
didn't do that today. I thought I was being very good today.
You kind of were, except for the not seeing your dead relatives and stuff.
Anyway, my point is, I don't know if there's a God or not, but if there isn't, it's just fucking ridiculous that we live for no reason. That
But
doesn't
you're
make
not
sense.
living for no reason. You're living for all kind of.
But
You have
if
a
when
whole
you
life
die,
to do
but
things.
if when you die, there's no memory of it, then what was the point of it at all? Because it's just
Do you have?
No,
Are there
no,
memories of
no.
people who have died in the past that we still keep on?
yeah. But when you're dead, man, and, right?
Sure.
And then there's
Our
and
memory
there's
lives
nothing.
on. Like
No, that's not true. That doesn't work for us.
100 years from now, nobody's going to know I ever existed, even if I was the most famous actor on the planet. You know, like
They
they're
will
not
if YouTube is still around.
they will if you were the most famous actor on the planet.
that ain't gonna happen.
There are
Gonna be
people who you can look up from. There are all kinds of ways to live out through history after
I
you're gone.
remember you.
I'm
But
telling
I'm
you, there's going to be college kids, students
But I'll
studying
be dead.
these
I'll be
videos
dead.
in some
I don't.
class 100 years from now.
I'll be
Do you
dead, and my
know-
memory won't remember me.
So you guys know what purgatory is, right?
What purgatory?
Purgatory.
No,
I mean,
Purgatory.
made up concept by the
It's
Catholics.
purgatory. I know what purgatory is.
You like that. Yeah. But basically, my purgatory will be that I have to cook for all of you. I'm a chef. I'm a cook, and I will sit you I will sit you all there. People who know
Well, how
me-
good of a cook are you? They might
Depends
be
on
my
the
head.
people. If you
I'm
put
a-
marijuana in the food, then
dude,
I'll-
vegetables to cakes. Man, I do some good tarts. I make some good breads.
I've
I'm a
done some.
great
How's your grill game?
do grill, barbecue, smoke. Oh man, I'm on it, man.
I'm already
I
hungry.
know
I've done a few tarts in my day.
understand food. Okay, food and herbs, spice. All that stuff with the gut and whatever it is. It is good. We all eat, and what we have in this world is amazing. I mean, fuck, man. When my gut has gone through the roof, my life, be it like plastic Africa. Imagine that. I have to eat Africans and plastic. Ugh, it's bad.
What? No, nature, if you look at nature, it doesn't do anything for no reason. If you look at evolution,
Sure it
things-
does. There's
things-
randomness
well,
everywhere.
See,
Okay, yes,
that quote right
but
there, that's
evolution-
another example of it. And I
but
know
evolution-
religious people can't get around that.
Evolution corrects it. Evolution corrects the mistakes because those mistakes.
Evolution.
There's
would
the
never
concept.
create human.
It doesn't have a concept
No,
of
I
a
believe this.
mistake. It's just
Evolution would
natural
ne-
selection. It's
No, but evolution
it's
would never
what
create human.
survives.
No,
One
but
at a time, please.
Homo sapien at least.
I mean, there are many mechanisms that can change evolution. There's unnatural selection, like dog breeding is unnatural selection.
Right.
Like
Oh,
it's
that's
just
probably
evolution
right.
is just change over time.
But that's
Yes.
humans directing.
But that change is always for some purpose.
Yeah, evolution is just
survival.
change over time. There are mechanisms that alter that change. That natural
But it's
selection
always
is a
for
mechanism.
survival.
that
Why
alters
is
that
there an
change.
instinct for survival if there's no purpose to it? Why does nature
To pass
focus-
on your genes.
Because the only
and not
the only
every
creatures
there's not
that
an
lived
instinct for survival in everybody.
had that instinct. Makes sense though, right? The only creatures that would survive would have that instinct, right?
Yeah.
Like
But
everything
I'm-
makes sense when you think about it in that kind of perspective of why does that thing have it? Oh, because it's the only thing that would have survived.
Yeah,
but
why do
why-
giraffes
why-
have long necks? Because they're the only ones who could reach the food. The short-necked ones at that time died out.
But why is life important if death isn't somehow important?
So death is to me always a champion of us. We will always be amongst death. There's nothing more that life is death. We cannot actually, forget that. Faith is that thing that is the barrier over that many people will not question because they believe. So their actions are. So if most people actually really were like fucking psychotic, like, oh yeah, fucking hell, there's no heaven or hell, they would be fucking evil, wouldn't they? So we choose to make people understand that.
No, I agree. I've said that before. I don't believe there should be no religion.
But that's the notion of it. That's why.
I definitely think there are people who it is absolutely a necessity that they have it.
They need that control. They need that.
Okay, Alpha and Omega. Okay, I am Alpha and Omega. It comes through and it does this, and that's why it is the prism of it. Now, where are we going now within this? Because of the fact that the Pharisee did not reject that unto it. That's what I believe. And people say, "Oh no, you don't believe it. The Antichrist is upon us. The new one is coming. The new direction, henceforth." And people will go with it and not know what they do. I don't know, pure and simple, man, because of this ideal of what the mechanism.
I think most of the things said in that book were written about its time.
Man,
And that us reading that book and looking this far into the future and being like, it's about us now, I think that's kind of ridiculous.
I think you're a little spoiled guy that doesn't understand work. Principles. No, I mean that.
Spoiled. What is
I
that?
think
Where
I'm
does that come
spoiled.
from?
Jesus, you're right. Like, I'm just the boy from the swamp. And I would venture to say I've probably read more about religion in the Bible than most people.
See, you were spoiled. You had all those books.
Yeah, where'd you get the books from, rich boy?
I got you there.
You got me there.
Gotcha.
Jeff, I got to drop down, but Merry Christmas, everybody, and thank you for having me.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho,
Ho,
ho.
ho, 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 ho.
What is it? God bless us, everyone.
Yeah. God rest ye merry gentlemen.
Oh, man, no. This is all because of Constantine, the Yuletide. It's a reason. There's enough.
Is that where you burn the log?
Yeah. The Yuletide is like after the solstice, the winter.
Yeah,
Like
well, Yule is a very ancient tradition.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, that's why it exists today. And Christmas is Yuletide.
Well, there's quite a few things wrapped up in Christmas.
It's Germanic. And it got incorporated into Christianity.
Well, I guess also because of the way that they kind of had to formalize all those pagan fucking religions into one eventually, without like fucking decimating people.
Well, they moved the birth of Jesus to December 25th, which was the Sol Invictus festival, which was called Saturnalia, and that's where you get the Christmas tree and presents from. And then there are other things incorporated. Basically, Romans were really good at incorporating all the things from the people they conquered, so that people would be more okay with converting to like their kind of like cookie cutter way of doing things. And that's why we have all these bits and pieces from different places stacked into Christianity, especially after it became the official religion. That's why the devil it is depicted with horns and goat hooves, because they were having the last pagan religion people were the forest religion people, like the ones who worshiped Pan and stuff like that. So they would use propaganda against them, and then that kind of became known of what the devil looked like. And there's all kinds of examples of.
Do you know about the
wow, look at this cool Yule festival. This looks more like a satanic ceremony. They got antlers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's mad, man. Yeah, it's been like crazy in the day, dude. It was.
What is he doing? Sacrificing something?
Yeah, but no,
He got a knife. Look at this. This is Yule.
Yeah, Yuletide.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got cow skulls. I like this. This is what I want my Christmas to be like. Look at
Christmas
this.
is different when you have to fight the Krampus.
I mean, that's why again Constantine created this ideal of unifying us all, and he took that in the Roman Empire and did that.
Well, Alexander did it before him too.
No, Alexander did not do any of.
He did. He unified the Hellenistic Empire.
That way, yeah.
But most of the reason that everything in that region flows from Greek and Hellenistic influences is because of that.
But didn't he go into that empire? Okay, so he went into India first, right? And then he stopped and he went back and he went into Persia where he died, right? But
people placing their hands on a pig before swearing solemn oaths. Wow, that sounds like something Cajuns do. And then I need a better history of Yule than Wikipedia's given me.
And you call yourself a Satanist.
I know, I need to learn
all of them. Most of the things around that time pretty much had to do with the solstice. It was basically a way
it's the days of the year, like the length of the day.
Yeah, it's to mark the last day where the sun essentially dies for 3 days, stops moving, and then it starts moving back toward the warmer
Yeah,
seasons.
the rebirth of the light.
Yeah.
Because Yule is the god that sacrifices himself at Samhain, journeys through the underworld, and then begins to emerge again.
Right. See, all of these are just like our deep history, all of these myths are also basically instructions on how to read the night sky. Because if you look at the astronomy of it, the sun stops for 3 days underneath the constellation of the Southern Cross before it starts to move again. The sun dies for 3 days on the cross.
3 wise men, man. Dude, if you're going to take that, that's why Christ born 3 wise men. Because that was the Jewish word.
Well, yeah, I mean, see, most ancient religions were read in 2 ways. They were read to their basic followers, and then the people who knew had the higher understanding. And it's usually ended up being something about the stars and their movements.
Wow, well, did we solve everything? Religion, spirituality, death.
The theory of everything is done.
Praise Jesus.
Hey, Chuck, what's up? Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. We have our Christmas elf. Well, anybody else have any other cosmic questions?
You know, we still venerate the 7 original gods.
The days of the week.
The days of the week. The main pantheon.
What's Monday? Is that's
the day of the moon?
The moon.
Tuesday is Tyr. It's Tyr's day, which would be Mars.
Oh, I didn't know
God of
that.
War.
Okay. Wednesday, I know I'm from France. Mercredi is Mercury. Thursday is Thor, Jupiter.
Wednesday
Friday
is
is
Day,
Venus.
which is Jupiter.
Saturday is Saturn. And Sunday is the sun.
Yeah, the sun, yeah.
Which is samedi in French. That's the hitchhiker question. The theory of everything is trying to unify the cosmic scale, like how gravity works at the cosmic level, with classical physics and mechanics, with quantum mechanics at the subatomic level. Because at different scales, different laws apply, and there's no way to unify across the 3 domains. And so the theory of everything is the search for that one theory that's going to unify gravitational relativity, general relativity, quantum mechanics, and classical physics.
And do you think God will let us have them? Like, do you think God would actually give us that chance?
I don't think it's up to God. I think it's up to the mind of man. And there are different theories. Some people, because Gödel's incompleteness theorem says it's not even possible. We'll never find that theory. But then I don't like to rule out anything when it comes to scientific discovery.
Humans are endeavoredly about that, isn't it? That's why God hated us so much, I guess. Think about it outside the fucking box.
Well, really, it's all just right there in front of us. It's all part of the universe. We're just figuring it out.
I think humanity should fucking wake the hell up as well. But going through
religion, why do you think you don't need it?
Right?
Because I don't believe the claims they make. That point right there that was just made is what I was talking about earlier. Is that one of the biggest hurdles to talking to religious people as an atheist is they always assume that atheism is the thing you placed in the religious shape hole in your head.
I'm not religious.
I'm not talking to you or about you, African. Hang on. So like when you come at people, the first thing they say is like, well, they expect you to answer all the questions they answer with their religion with like atheism. And it's like, no, it's only one claim. It's a singular thing. It doesn't like even a religious person saying they're a theist doesn't tell me anything about your religion or your beliefs. It just answers one claim. So one of the things you never get is people actually asking you, hey, what do you actually believe as an atheist? Are you a humanist? Are you a Buddhist? So it's always funny because they'll essentially go, well, you're an atheist, therefore you believe all these things. It's like, well, not necessarily.
Are you part of an atheist chapter or something? Do they have those down there? Atheist groups?
Atheist chapter of what?
Like the atheist organization. Actually, it's split because when I was part of atheism, they had atheist groups that would meet, like in all the different cities. You could find your local atheist group.
Oh, just like atheist communities.
Yeah, and then
not
in
really,
Vegas
no.
we have, because like what's her face, Madeline O'Hare, whatever, from Austin, used to be the leader of the
Yeah,
atheist
the atheist community of
association.
Austin.
I was wondering if they have
really
anything like
big.
that down there where you are.
Not that I know of. Possibly, I'm not a part of it. I'm not a big groups person.
I was part of it in Vegas, but we really didn't do anything other than sit around and talk about how we don't believe in God.
Zent's coming in with the fire. Love it. But it's also one of the reasons why you won't find those things. Like saying that we are the thing in common we have is that we deny a specific claim is not really a thing in common. We don't define ourselves by the thing we don't believe in, except for those of us who have, taken it upon ourselves to make it a part of us, where we actively go out and debate religious people and stuff like that.
But you have that with these gender issues, don't you?
American atheists, that's what it is. Atheism is becoming, like, it's splitting off into different factions, and some of them are taking on elements of, if not religion, at least ideology. It's some kind of belief beyond, some kind of positive belief beyond just atheism.
Well, yeah, anti-theists definitely are making a positive claim. But I don't consider myself an anti-theist, or what we would call a Gnostic atheist.
Okay, hang on one second. We have someone in the back named Natty. Does anybody know Natty? I don't know if I
do not.
Natty, I'm not sure who you are. You're new to the channel. Go ahead and, if you have a channel, put it in the back and say a little bit about yourself or what you want to come and talk about. I just need to make sure you're not a bad actor or a troll.
You're wrong, and you're a grotesquely ugly freak.
Not lost. Yeah, there was Atheism Plus. There's Social Justice Atheism. I think that is Atheism Plus. There were the New Atheists.
You can't base morals off of that. That's the whole thing with like atheism. Oh, God doesn't exist. But we got all the idea of fucking judgment.
Atheism isn't making a claim to morality.
Oh my God, it does. Oh no, right, you're correct. It does not. But right, how can you not live without anything of that then? I mean, how would
who says they don't?
No,
That's
hang
just
on.
the thing. Atheism isn't the thing they believe. Like a humanist can be an atheist. A Buddhist can be an atheist.
No, human endeavor comes from like a gratitude of the violence that we come from, right? That's why we've come to this disposition of understanding America and all that shit and the fucking founding fathers and yeah, man, that freedom of will and religion and all that crap. Because you don't have that fucking other fucking Taliban over your head, or the king, or any other fucking knight.
Well, give it time.
We're
trying not to.
Well, okay, there it is. So
I would say that there's some Christians in America who are very Taliban-ish. Who would love to start inculcating certain things and taking away women's rights.
Yeah, but
and
I don't think
things.
a majority of them.
No, not at all. Not
there's
at all.
There's leftists that are very Talibanish that would love nothing more.
Oh, sure.
To impose their little leftist utopia.
But no, I deny your entire premise, African. There were founding fathers who were deists. There were founding fathers who, like Thomas Paine, who were basically an atheist. He just wouldn't say it publicly because it was not cool to say.
Okay, no, but what is going on then? If you're trying to think of where atheism is here, or I mean, what is the atheist in the old time? Tell me a
Have you ever
philosopher.
met a Have you ever met a Buddhist?
Uh, well, yeah, but that's philosophy. That's not atheism.
Yeah, but
No,
a Buddhist is an atheist, right? Like, but
no,
Buddhism is
not
their
at all.
religion.
Well,
No,
it's
Yes,
no,
non-theistic
it's
Buddhism.
not.
yes, it's
No,
non-theistic,
no,
meaning
it's
they don't
not.
believe in gods.
It doesn't. No, they do not. No, it doesn't disbelieve in anything. It doesn't actually contextually say that in Buddhism. The Buddha seeks something that is greater than the earth and more than you and me because it doesn't care. It lives in it.
Is it in their religion that they actively believe that there are gods? Because
There
if
is no
not, it's
religion
an
in Buddhism.
atheistic religion.
There is none. There is no
It's
religion.
classified as a religion.
It is
Well,
not.
in that vein, all religions are just philosophies, and I
No,
would kind of
faith
agree with you there.
companies, but no, religion says tithing. That's why we have taxes that give it away. That's why you have corruption within it. That's
So
why we
money
always have.
makes it a religion.
Religion is also when people come together and have I guess, a certain secular group and they do a tithing or ordinance and all that other shit, right? That becomes a religious
Okay,
viewpoint. Yeah?
hang on, Natty. Natty wants to come up and join the conversation. I might take a risk. Let me get my overlay. All right,
Hello,
Natty.
hello. I
Hello.
noticed you were talking about Buddhism.
Effigy was, yeah.
Well, Buddhism's believe in reincarnation, right?
I think some of them. He was talking about like the modern non-theistic Buddhist that use the Buddhist concepts and
Does does
mythology but don't
does
actually believe in.
Buddhism believe in reincarnation or not?
I'm not sure.
I want to ask you guys your opinion on reincarnation, right? Right. I want you to go into your imagination right now.
I don't
No,
believe in reincarnation. Is my opinion on it.
no, but I want you to go into your zone. Imagine what I'm saying right now. I just want you to imagine what I'm saying right now. Imagine if reincarnation was real. You was born as a gazelle. You know what a gazelle is? It's a deer.
Yeah.
You get you get you get killed by lions, a pack of lions. They all run you for miles, bite your ass, and go for your jugular. Then they kill you. Right? This is about reincarnation. Reincarnation sounds like hell. Reincarnation, you die and then you come back as a fly, right? You come back as a fly. You land in a spider's web. You get a spider wrap you around, suffocating you for a while. It decides to drain your body of blood, drinking your blood from your body, and then just reincarnation really sound good.
Is that what you believe? You're gonna come back as a fly?
No, reincarnation is where you die, you live
And
again. You
right, as
die,
some other creature,
you live
Sure.
again.
another
Don't
human.
don't even the people who believe in reincarnation believe that the path that you're
You
going
do
for
believe
is
in
upward, right?
reincarnation.
I mean,
Believe that you
no
die
one here believes it.
multiple times.
Yeah,
They
no,
believe
we
you
understand what
die.
reincarnation is, but even the people who believe in
That's
reincarnation
dying.
are trying to reincarnate into higher beings every time, so that they eventually
Dying.
reach like nirvana or something, right?
But don't some of them think that some of the animals are higher beings?
What's a high being?
I don't know because I don't believe in any of it. But like, aren't cows higher than humans or something?
Right, Jen, I want to ask you, do you know what the Bible really says?
Do I know what about the Bible?
Do you know about the
Oh,
Bible,
good.
what it
Do I?
really
Yeah, I
says?
have some Bibles.
Did you know the Bible says there's no hell beneath us?
Okay.
And
I don't think there is either.
actually, the atheist right. The atheist correct in many ways. When we die, we go to the grave, and we don't come out of the grave until the resurrection. So the atheists are right in many ways, saying that when people die, they return to the grave. The Bible says the same bloody thing. We've been lied to by priests who want to gain money, and they have rich houses and everything. They lie, Jen. They lie.
Well, someone's
They don't
believing them
tell you
and
what's
giving them all that
really in
money.
the Bible. The
I would
Bible says
educate people more.
the Bible says that the Bible says when we die, we return to dust from where we came. We sleep in the grave.
Okay.
We don't go to no no person who has ever died is in heaven or hell. Hell doesn't even exist.
This is actually an interesting point because one of the biggest differences between the New and Old Testament is that the Testament is where the invention of the infinite torture comes into play. The Old Testament is not a
It's a
place where hell
lie.
is that
It's
kind
a
of
lie.
concept.
The Roman Catholic Church
Yeah,
animated.
I was
Weirdly,
Catholic.
weirdly, no, Natty, you're wrong. The first resurrection was when Christ went to hell.
No,
Yes, it was when he went to hell to get the keys of heaven and of earth.
he
And
didn't go to hell.
Wait, heaven
He
has
went to
keys?
the grave.
yeah,
Does it have
that's
like
yeah, it's
is there like a
keys.
big door with a big
And when
lock
it
or something?
says his body was not
Roll back
split,
the stone. They
it
rolled back
means
the stone.
Man.
And they
Jesus
said,
died, but he
I'm
never.
he's
sure
not in there. Where did he go?
those keys like twist once.
I've read the Bible for 5 years, and I know the Bible better than most priests do. Because I don't lie there to get money. I never get money for my
Yeah, I
Bible.
don't either.
I never. And like, you know what? People spend so much money on churches, right? You know what the Bible says, Jen? God doesn't dwell in houses made of stone. Heaven is his throne.
Isn't
The
that one
earth
of the
is
Apocrypha
his
though?
footstool.
That's
The Gospel of Thomas.
that's Thomas,
But
yeah.
it does say something like it's easier for
What building
a
is
camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven.
Well, that's also probably the exact reason why the Gospel of St. Thomas was kept out of the actual Bible, because it literally said that you do not need to go to a church.
Amen to that. That's right. It means like anyone that comes together in his name, he is there. And
Look,
that's
just from a narrative standpoint, I love reading the Apocrypha. I think it's the most interesting part of
the
all
whole
of that
point.
narrative.
Right. No,
The
but the
Gospel
whole
of
point
Judas
right.
is
No, bro,
really like a huge twist and interesting.
Oh, but if you understand that mission of what was to be fulfilled from the Old Testament, okay, from the house of David into where he fell, to where it would come again, what the Jews are waiting for, this is what's happening. But because the Pharisees rejected that, and that's what spread the word. And Christ knew. That's why the time became. Yeah. It's perfect, man. And also the fulfillment. I mean,
It's always
imagine.
so crazy to me that people don't get that it's just as, it's or actually way more likely that someone wrote these books while pawing over the Old Testament and making sure they aligned. How else would an entire Jewish population really accept it?
I
Like,
mean,
like all this time where it's like these prophecies were fulfilled. It's like, yeah, it's like saying that Harry
Well, I
Potter
will
book
tell you
7
one prophecy.
fulfilled things from book 1. It's like,
I
it's how
will
you
tell
would
you.
write it.
you can love this. You can love this.
I'll tell you a couple of
Hang on,
prophecies.
there's a thing that says that actually it was fucking Judas of Iscariot that was the Christ, right? not Christ. That was because
It's
he
all
gave it away.
stories about
No,
stories from
it's
thousands of
no,
years
but
ago.
it's
Yeah.
how it actually fulfilled
And I love
itself, right?
stories.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
when it
stories
comes
too,
to
but none of us are gonna
stories,
none of us are gonna come to some kind of definitive truth. We're just
truth,
swapping stories, gossiping.
okay,
I
gospel,
mean, I mean, like the Bible does say
right
that
there,
lawlessness will
intellectuality.
increase in the later times, like the end times, right? We've got people who are paedophiles being protected they come out of prison, they're given new identities, and they protected. That's lawlessness.
Are you religious? Are you Christian?
I believe the Bible to be true. But I'm not perfect. As you can see, I'm not perfect.
Well,
But
I don't
I
think
like
you.
the truth. I like to go around telling people the truth.
Me too. I love the
Here, here.
truth. That's so hard to find around here.
And I like the truth. And I was like, who says all these people in suits who look religious on the outside are the only peoples that can read the Bible? The Bible is there for all of us to read. Anybody can read the Bible. And you know
I'm
what I
not
tell
sure
you?
who's arguing that, but
I would tell you one thing that a lot of Christians have got twisted with Sodom and Gomorrah, right? They made out that God killed Sodom and Gomorrah just because they were gay. That wasn't the reason. God wouldn't have destroyed them if they was gay, right? God didn't destroy Sodom and Gomorrah because they was gay. God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because they wanted to rape and violate
The
angels.
angels.
Exactly, Jen.
Yeah.
They wanted to rape somebody. They wanted to force somebody else against their will to do something that they
They
wanted
were
to.
not being good hosts. It was poor hospitality.
Like a paedophile. A paedophile is a rapist. God wants to destroy pedophiles and let him do it. Innit? Let him fucking do it. If people go against other people's will and other people's choices, if rapists should be given the death
Natty,
penalty.
Natty, Natty. Yeah, hello, Natty.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point about the Christ, isn't it? Brought forth
Yeah.
by a woman, a virgin first,
Yeah.
asked by Gabriel. So she's
She was
given
happy about it. She was
God,
happy about it.
it's the woman that he appears to first. The Gnostic
She
Bibles are
wasn't raped, plastic covered.
yeah, you don't know.
She was quite happy about being pregnant. It says in the Bible.
I feel like the conversation got off track somewhere.
I
I don't
think
know
it
how we're
did.
talking about it
I don't
anymore.
know,
I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't know. So, help me
But
out.
it seems like Africa and Natty understand each other.
I don't
I'm
think
saying,
that's
reason why, remember, Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't destroyed.
oh,
Oh.
Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't destroyed because somebody was gay.
We're telling Bible stories, Mike, as far as I can tell. This, I think it's story hour.
I
Uh,
think so. I think
Merry
so.
Christmas.
Amen, man. Jesus.
I
Amen.
just heard you guys talking about atheism and talking about different
Yeah,
Buddhism
well,
and
Effigy's an atheist. I'm a
They're wrong, man.
non-theistic
They're wrong,
Satanist.
man.
African is a
They're wrong.
Mormon Christian something.
I'm not a fucking Mormon. I grew up a fucking Mormon.
What are you
I'm not,
now? Just plain Christian?
yeah, I'm a Christian.
well,
Yeah,
What
that's what,
variety? What flavor?
right.
that's,
Yeah, I'm a
you know
Christian.
what?
You're a
You know
Christian.
what,
I don't
guys?
care about people. Like,
You know what, guys? I never thought I would have been reading the Bible today, The only reason I read the Bible, I used to be a witch, actually. I was a witch.
Oh, like yeah, me too. At one time, a
I
Wicca.
was a very good witch. I could travel astrally and everything. I was a very strong.
Uh,
I even travelled up to God's throne room and I was screaming at him, and he grounded me from astral traveling.
Wow. I tried to travel astrally, but
Astral
I could never
travel.
pull it off.
I couldn't astral travel after that.
Well, any last minute thoughts from anybody?
Well, we are gonna die tonight.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
agree.
astral travel. It just means you haven't taken enough.
I tried it. Well, I had this tape with this special music and this guided meditation. And it was supposed to put you in this deep brainwave state where you start to drift out of your body, and it guided you on where to go and what to see. But I couldn't get any of it to work. I was conscious the whole time that I was lying there in my bed playing a tape.
You need an angel to make astral travel.
You ever
I
tried
have an
the
angel.
sensory
He's right
deprivation
here.
thing? The
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 only
white
person that
noise in
can
your
take you out of
headphones,
the
and then
Send
body
the
me an angel.
half of
is an angel.
ping pong balls over your eyes. Like,
Yeah, I was New Age for a while. I did the crystals,
People think I
the
was
flower
crazy, but
essences, and the herbs.
I was that into the fucking dark arts. I was married to a Azazel.
I'm always I've been slumming it a lot lately. I
I've
just
been
turn on the
married.
lights and open the door and see what
Do you
shows
know?
up.
Do you know who Azazel is?
Who?
Do you know? Do
uh,
you even know who
a deep
Azazel
Christian
is?
mythology.
I didn't
Oh,
even hear. What?
Azazel is like a
Basil?
fucking general in fucking Lucifer's army.
Beelzebub.
No, Azazel.
Basilbub? He was second in
Azazel.
command.
Azazel.
Basil?
Azazel.
Saint
Azazel.
Azazel.
Oh, okay.
Azazel. He's actually in the Bible. He's the scapegoat.
A Z A
People,
Z E L.
people used to
People would be
sacrifice.
very afraid of a demon named
You know
Basil.
what? People used to sacrifice
It's a
goats.
place where a
People
scapegoat.
used to sacrifice goats to
Yeah,
Azazel
during Yom Kippur,
so he wouldn't take their
they would
women.
put their sins on the goat and send it to this place to be sacrificed.
It wasn't sins. They sacrificed their
That's what
goat
Wikipedia says.
so Azazel wouldn't take their women.
Well,
I hate it when Azazel takes my women.
Especially that one.
Oh, Azazel is a ladies' man. Trust me.
Don't do that, man. No more goats.
Has anybody ever watched that film called Drag Me to Hell? Even though I don't believe in hell. I don't believe in hell, but that's a funny film.
Do you believe in Jesus, though?
That vegan woman who
well,
said
it started as a place where they would bring the scapegoat that carried the sins, and then it eventually became personified into a fallen angel. Dino, what's up? Hello. Welcome to.
Kind of the way a lot of them happened, right? Like
you
the
know,
Satan, the adversary, was just an angel that God sent, and then it becomes.
Take care, Frank. Happy Christmas. Merry Christmas.
did you know when
Yo,
women
ho,
and
ho, ho.
men are mediums? Did you know when we are mediums, angels, like when we have spirit guides, they speak to us through telepathy.
I know. I tried to find mine too. Your
A
Wow.
higher
roller
self.
coaster with this one.
See, when you say we're all connected, this is what gives me pause. I don't think I'm connected to everyone and everything.
No way,
I'll
Was
Jeff.
give
that
you,
was that at me, Jeff?
No, not at you.
Okay.
Just
Has any of you guys had music
Horrified by
playing
that.
in your
Don't you dare speak to
like
me
there's
like
no
that.
possible way I'm connected to every human on
Has
Earth right
any of
now.
you guys ever
Yeah,
had
you are, Jeff.
music?
No, you are, Jeff. Every
Is any of
human
you guys?
universe.
I'm curious.
What?
Has any of you guys had music playing in your head come from nowhere, and then you can't
Like,
get that tune out your head?
yeah, I have music in my head all the time, but like from stuff I listen to.
Have you ever done? Have you ever had like where a song's playing in your head, you turn
Yeah,
on
all the
the
time. Like a
radio,
song gets stuck in your head
and you turn on the radio, and it's playing on the radio?
sometimes. I have
Yeah,
that
it's
StreamYard song
really
stuck in my head constantly.
because you see when radios the waves are going through the air, it goes to people's brains sometimes
Come,
before it goes
right, come on
to
now.
the fucking
I mean, it
radio
goes through the ears, yeah.
aerials. Some people receive the
Like through their
airwaves
braces.
before the bloody
I've heard of
radio
that.
station does. Do you know what television means? Do you want to know what television means?
It means like telephone, television, vision, transmitting.
It tells you what to see.
Oh,
It's like when you go
it's
and
also a
watch a
really good
movie,
band from the late '70s.
when you go and watch a movie, you go to sleep the next night. You get a vision in your
Far,
dream.
that's what tele means. Far sight.
You get a vision of what you saw on the television, similar to what you saw on TV. It gives you a vision.
Yeah,
It tells
sometimes like
you.
I'll watch a movie and it'll kind of stay in my brain afterwards.
It's like it can be a little bit different. I was watching this horror film when I was little. It was about this woman who was like zombified. She was talking and she had a big gaping hole in her bloody throat, right? I had a nightmare after when I watched that movie, but instead of her talking with a gaping hole, it was a girl from my school who was talking with a gaping hole in her throat at a fun fair. And it would freak me out like one. So
Yeah.
basically, that movie gave me a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, I've had movies do that to me too.
Yeah, it tells you what to see. Television. It tells you what to see in your mind.
Well, good thing people are transitioning to YouTube. We're more popular than Netflix now.
Well, we're all caught in the web now.
Yeah,
Do you get
we
it? We're
get
all caught in the web.
like the fly. We're all like reincarnated flies,
It's
wrapped up
funny
and
how they
waiting for
call
that
the
spider.
internet the web. Everybody's addicted to the web. All flies are caught in the web now.
I don't know. What's the opposite of addiction? I'm pretty ready to get off. I think I've had my high for the day. I've had my fix.
Are you from Alabama?
Very close. Louisiana, 2 states over.
How dare you?
What have you had for that?
But I'm from the part that they mistake us for Alabama, I guess.
No, once you've met a person from Alabama, you'll never mistake that
I
accent.
love Alabama people and Mississippi.
I love Mississippi because it's the one place who's constantly worse than us.
It's not, though. Mississippi's beautiful. Have you been hiking and canoeing in
No, I
Mississippi?
just
In
mean in like
Alabama, they
in
have,
metrics
they
and
extended the
statistics.
Appalachian Trail down to Alabama, up at Mount Cheaha. It's gorgeous up there. I think people underestimate some of those states. They underestimate its natural beauty. And Mississippi has Clark Creek, natural area with the waterfall and the hiking. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna wrap up for the day. And
Alright, take care, me darling.
yeah, you too, Natty. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a cracking one.
Well,
Merry Christmas. That was definitely a gift.
yes, yes. And it's only Christmas Eve. Who knows what other gifts we'll be opening by Christmas Day?
Thanks for having me up, Jeff. If I want to talk to you again, have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holiday.
You too, and a Joyeux Noël.
Yes, Joyeux Noel.
Yeah, I might read the Cajun Night Before Christmas tomorrow, or maybe for Christmas Eve I'll read it. It's the Cajun version of the story, where Santa gets pulled. We used to read it growing up. They'd read it to us in school, and they had the book and everything. And Santa gets pulled by a sleigh of alligators, and I forget their names. Gaston and how many reindeer were there? 12? 9? I don't know. There's like 9 other gators. So maybe I'll read that tomorrow. Okay. Well, I could probably say that was fun. Did y'all have fun? That was kind of a form of fun. Or it could be interpreted as fun. So thanks for hanging out for our Christmas Eve. And I will definitely be out tomorrow again at what, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for another, to continue the holiday festivities. And then tomorrow evening, I'm going to do a Christmas Eve special. Was it? Okay, good. At least one person. I'm going to do a Christmas Eve. I'm still trying to keep our status as better than Netflix. Like this, believe it or not, this is people's entertainment of choice over Netflix. So I have to at least keep that bar, like be worthy of that bar. I don't know what time the Christmas Eve stream is going to be tomorrow, but it's going to be sometime tomorrow evening, and we're going to get Christmas started. And then Christmas Day, when I wake up, I'm going to do the all-day Christmas stream. So that's what's coming for your future. We'll celebrate the holidays together, those of you that want to. In the meantime, I'm going to go find something to clear my head, clear my mind, and get into something else, something to watch or something. Anybody know any good Christmas movies? Maybe I'll watch something Christmassy in the Discord. Anyway, if you know of something, put it in the comments or let me know in Discord. In the meantime, I'm going to go take a break. If we just all ran. Jax, I started that Madness show, but it seems very woke. Is it something you enjoyed? It's kind of cliche and cringe in parts. It's all about the evil white people and who are the white supremacists and can we trust any of these whiteys? The Speed of Life. I think that's a David Bowie song. Should I stick with it? It is woke. I wasn't sure if it was woke or if it was subtly satirizing wokeness. But it's very much a TV series of today, because it's all about, like, half the drama is driven by what happens online that spills over into real life. It's not there's some real life events, but they're so tied into online life that it's almost like the online stuff is what actually is driving the plot. And there's so many like little dramatically incongruent or incredible. Like it really stretches my disbelief. Like when he's in the bathroom and his kid comes in the bathroom and says and tries to give him some weed. Like he has these joints and he's like, "Here, Dad, this is better than the stuff you smoke." And the dad flips out and says, "You shouldn't be smoking that. I smoke it because I'm a grown up, but you're a kid. Now put that back in your pocket and use better judgment." Why would he take the weed? If you don't want your kid smoking the weed, take it from. Don't give it back to him and tell him not to smoke it. That part made no sense whatsoever. And if the dad smoked weed and the kid was offering him weed, and he didn't want the kid to smoke weed, wouldn't you take the weed? Because that's weed you could smoke instead of your kid. Like, you don't give it back to the kid. What's he going to do with it? You don't want him to smoke it at all. And you're depriving yourself of that weed. None of that part made sense. Yeah, exactly. That was one of the examples. I don't know. There's a lot of. I'm slowly making my way through it. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to stick with it. I'm also watching that Maniac movie with Jonah Goldberg and Emma Stone, and that one's kind of. They're contrived. I think that's my problem with both of them. They're very contrived. They don't have this natural. It's not a plot that would emerge from natural life. It's a plot that writers are designing and piecing together and then try to convince you is actually happening to these characters. The characters themselves are believable, some of them, and decent characters, but they're being placed into this artificially contrived plot. And I'm too conscious of that. And I think that's the barrier for me for these movies. I think I'm enjoying The Curse a lot better because it's setting out to be a comedy. So it's not trying to be like with things like mysteries or thrillers or whatever the Maniac is trying to be. There's at least the kind of you have to assume a certain fidelity to real life so that you can relate to the characters in the plot and get into the movie. But with something like a comedy that's satirizing everything, there's kind of a detachment that it doesn't have to be as believable. But it's the situation, they're at least funny. Like the situations are at least comedic and hilarious, even if the plot is also probably a bit of a stretch. The whole thing is satire anyway. So how much does plot matter when it's satire? So I guess that's my point for all that. It's not a movie for us. I'm telling you, there better be some big payoff, and it better not involve how evil white people are for me to stick with it. Anyway, I have a ton of stuff to watch. I've been discovering all kind of new movies and TV shows lately. So I'll go pick something, and if anybody wants to watch something in Discord, just let me know, or game or something like that. I'm pretty free for the evening, and then like I said, I'll be out tomorrow. We'll do another Christmas Eve stream, and then no, don't spoil it, just in case I do end up sticking with it. Okay, not laws. Here's my take on Foundation. I read the books growing up. They were good. At least the first, like, 2 or 3. The trilogy. And the movie is visually impressive. First I tried to watch Dune. I did not get into Dune at all. I'm like, why? How is people thinking this movie is so amazing? It's dry. The characters are wooden. The settings, the visual stuff is okay. I enjoyed Star Wars more, the original Star Wars. Foundation is at least visually impressive. But it has the same problem that most sci-fi movies have, which is the characters can be a little flat and one-dimensional. It's kind of that militarist, like overly formal, militaristic style where they're not interacting as real people. They're very formal with each other, which is one of my big complaints about Star Trek and one of my barriers to being able to watch it. At least Doctor Who, some of the characters have personality and they let themselves be actual characters. I did watch the first season of The Expanse, actually, and I enjoyed it. My only complaint about The Expanse was the pace. It moved at a snail's pace. It was so slow. By the time they got to the end of the first season, the plot had advanced like 1 millimeter, whatever units plots advance in. So I'm like, I don't want to sit through season 2 if it's only gonna. I need a little more like active pacing in my shows. I'm a mystery watcher. That's my genre. So I need it to be paced at the suspense of a mystery story, at least. But it was a good movie. Like, probably of all the movies we've talked about so far, The Expanse was the best. 2001 is the original. The Kubrick film is still my favorite sci-fi movie, and the original Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back also. So that's kind of my standard for sci-fi. And you know what? I've never seen Breaking Bad. I tried to watch the first season. I didn't get into it, but that was way back when it first came out, and I really didn't know what I was watching. I'm willing to give it another chance. And then people tell me that the Saul, what is it? You Better Call Saul movie is also worth watching. So I'm open to maybe trying those again as well. So that's my Siskel and Ebert takes on my current watch list, and I'm open to recommendations or suggestions from there. Okay, I'm gonna head out. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone, and I will definitely see you tomorrow for Christmas Eve, the real Christmas Eve. And in the meantime, happy Yule, happy Kwanzaa, happy Festivus, happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah. I know I'm leaving one out. Happy Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas Eve Eve. Take care, everybody.